Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner, episode 145, and I am your host, a very tired, devious Dave Rose. And I'd actually planned to talk about a few things tomorrow. I don't know if we'll even get to them tonight, but something was brought to my attention, and some people want to talk about it, and this is news to me, although apparently it happened, we're getting straight into the business right now. This happened 4 weeks ago. I don't know. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to get to business and all. As always, people are hungry. Happy Thanksgiving to the Americans. And but as always, let's start off the show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. So we've got It's the Costanza, who has no idea about cooking, especially when it comes to sauces. He puts sauce on his steak, disgusting. Probably makes it, well done too. Yeah. We got the Dan Kennedy Show. Hold on, let me check the audio. Disgusting. Yep, that sounds good. It could be a little louder. Let me check. The Dan Kennedy Show. Let me know, people. If it should be louder, let me know. I should also. I can't keep my face in one direction. Look at my screens. I got to figure out a better setup. If it should be louder, let me know. Anywho, back to the list here. And I smoked a joint before starting the show, so there we go. Getty Lee's Owl Knows. Casey is Raw. JR Ford the Third. He's talking sauce in the chat, but we'll continue. It's Bullsy. The one and only Ghetto God GMTA. And we got first two names. I don't know if that's the man with two first names, but he's got a weird channel name or whatever username. But you can see it in the chat there. But yeah, now actually I want to go back to that sauce talk. Jerry the Third, 57 sauce is better. Worcestershire is the best. Depends on what you're using it for, and are you using it for cooking, or are you using it just to baste your steak? I mean, steak doesn't need anything but salt. That's it. Yeah, you can add pepper. That's cool. But a basic steak where the foundation that you build upon is salt. That's it. And I shan't hear any nonsense about it. After all, you are in my diner. Shout out to the 18 people watching. Probably many haters. And, you have to wonder why. But on this American Black Friday, Thanksgiving was yesterday, I am thankful for my haters. Yes, yes. Guy in the chat says, whack to know why my name is that now. Okay. Jared this third says, continue. Everyone says I sound good. There was somebody that wrote in the comments the other day saying that it didn't sound good on replay. It's just very low. So, I don't know. I tune in to the stream. Wrote in, sounds good to me. And, I also have my speakers low as well. When I pump them up, if I put them too loud, then the mic starts to pick it up, right? But I can understand it and hear it at a lower volume. It doesn't interfere with me talking or the show running. Although, you'll hear it sort of in the background, or at least at a nominal level. But I know I'm going all over the place. I don't care. You don't know the day that I fucking had. We'll talk about it later because it's not about me. So you're here for the drama. You can stay after and hear my war stories. after your meals are served. And again, if anyone ever looks at the menu and they know what's being talked about, or you could watch the show and then go back and read the menu and be like, oh, that was referring to that. And the fact that I have to even explain it, like I thought it was, straightforward. Some people don't seem to understand it, and okay, fine. Um, I'm partial to retards, so if you're not understanding the menu, um, look into it, or at least go back and be like, okay, he's talking about this and that. It's hilarious. There's multi levels to the joke, that comes with being intelligent. When you do a joke, you add a bunch of different things. But regardless, shout out to King Sabbath 105, who is the one and only Dr. Earl Brown. He says, "What's up, Dave? The only three sauces that matter are A1, Sweet Baby Ray's. Haven't tried it, but and his favorite. He says my favorite in brackets, Open Pit. Well, I haven't tried that. Never heard of that. But why are you putting sauce on a steak? Come on." It's already enough that, let's put on Montreal steak spice on a steak. Okay, you might give it a nice crust. There could be certain different flavors that don't overwhelm. That's the big thing. The natural flavors that you get from a good cut of steak. And just the fact that people will cover them in any liquid is just an abomination to me. Honestly, I'm cringing right now from the thought of it. It's that's a horror movie to me. Somebody cooking that in that way and adding that stuff to it. Ugh. All right. Oh yeah, Bullseye says my mother tried to cook steak and she can't do it very well. I wish she just let me take over. Then take over. You should just be the man and take over and be like, no, I will show you how a steak is done. To be honest, the same thing happened to me, where I ended up saying, no, I'm going to cook for you, and I'm going to show you how this meat is supposed to taste. Because, my God, some of the stuff overcooked, those, you know what? Thank you for the idea. I'm gonna do a Too Many Chefs horror. Let me write this down before I forget it. Too Many Chefs horror stories. I hope to hear from Gabe Rodriguez about that, because I love to hear about people not knowing how to cook the most basic things. That's why I'm fucking in love with the idea that It's the Costanza thought he was cool, tries to always defend millennials, and feels offended, actually, when you call him a millennial, even though he is. But the fact that he thought he was cool, when I posted a photo on Instagram, I think, of some ribs I made, that he says, his reply is, and imagine Millhouse, okay, I'll take mine medium rare. And I'm like, you idiot. Medium rare? What do you like? And, I could go on and on about that. We're not going to do that here. I know he's here in the chat, and he'll always tune into all my stuff. He's a big fan of mine, and who wouldn't be? That's why we also have hate watchers. But I just love horror stories like that, where it's just, I'm literally holding my head right now, just thinking about what I know. But yes, I am getting a little sidetracked. I was actually thinking that I was going to do a chill stream today, but this drama stuff comes to the delivery door of the diner, and well, you can't let good food go to waste, and some people have that demand. Sometimes I get calls saying, when you get a delivery of this, the best thing to do in business would be to serve it fresh. It's like, well, that's initiation to open the diner. So, anywho, let's get to this here. I'm glad that we've stimulated actual food talk in the chat on a Friday night. But okay, so this is what. Where did I? I closed it. But I'll bring it back. This was brought to my attention. There is a response to it that's attached to the video I'm going to show. I'll stop and start it accordingly. It's only 10 minutes long. But again, I've only watched a few minutes of it. I'm like, okay, got it. Like, I've got to do this. If it wasn't put on my desk and I found it myself, I would have been like, I got to cover this. Like, where was I when this shit went down? And again, to know that this was like 4 weeks ago, this blows my mind. I don't know where the fuck I was. Okay, so some of the stuff that I'm showing is from Ken's show. I don't know if it was an Insomniac, but it was obviously Ken's show. He had multiple people on there. It's possible that I was on that show at some point, but not at the point where this shit went down. Because if I had heard that, I would have, again, this came across my desk. I'm like, wow, what's going on? So let's just get to business here and go straight into this. You'll eat your appetizers and your dessert later. We're just going straight to the main meal. But where is that? Okay, so here it is. Let me just bring this up. Nope, stop. Okay, volume up. Skibbity bop. Gonna make it full screen, and this is gonna be fixed. Hopefully in the new year. Be great if I could get a new computer, but again, I'm kind of tight on cash these days, and I'm just gonna get myself coal, because it's been a hard fucking November, I'll tell you that. So only basics and essentials are where things are going right now. So let's get this transitioned here. Why is this? Is that it? Nope. Stupid. Again, apologies. You guys don't deserve this. Again, I expected to just do a chill stream, and just put up one graphic and just talk and relax. But, again, business, dinner at the diner. So let's phase that. And, all right, let's get to it. Ryan made this video, I believe, earlier today. Title is Does it show? Yeah, it does show. Wire tries the unthinkable, offering $1,000 a week to not allow me in the community. My response. So, first of all, we're going to hear, I didn't even get to his response. I heard a bit of, when Ken started talking about it, I was like, it's got to be talked about. And, if Wire wants to hear about this or wants to discuss it, I'd be willing to discuss it with him. But regardless, let's get to it here.
YouTube, we got a problem. And when I gotta put my ski mask down, we have a problem. I'm trying to figure out why in the hell, and I really mean why in the hell, people really are concerned and having my name in their mouth, speaking negative. Basically, somebody want to get me off of YouTube for $1,000 a week.
Wait, what?
So I'm gonna play the clip, and I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute.
Call it obsessed or whatever, and that's fine. You want to call me obsessed with Joe Cronin?
Okay, so I see this. Ken on 10. I'd have to see which, because you've got Ryan on there, you've got Nikki J, you got Casey is Raw on there. But that happens from time to time. Ken has a bunch of people on there, so it's hard. again, I've been told it's around 4 weeks ago. Somebody want to look into that and let me know what Ken on 10 was, on at that time. Might be able to track it down, but regardless, here we go.
Call me. That's fine. I'll take that. I don't give a fuck, bro. If I'm making a comment about something, you want to call me obsessed about it, go ahead. But there's people who know every move, every time he talks, every time he does something, every time he contradicts himself, every time he lies, they're calling it out. So there's people that pay attention to him way, way more than I ever have or ever did. So you might want to pay attention
Right, you
to
obsessed, but they bringing it up.
Yeah,
Make that make sense.
Yeah,
Ken,
so
you didn't bring him up until just now. So
That's
no,
a-
and
obsessed.
no, and
That's another thing. Yeah. I don't watch Joe. I've already proven this. But people do talk about what he does and certain, fantastical, weird things that are quite interesting, but as well as revealing. And it's not obsession because, again, it's a bunch of people telling me, hey, Dave, you should, go live and discuss this. And everyone, again, not everyone, but there's a bunch of people who think that this topic should be discussed. Or, there's a bunch of other people that want this other topic discussed. And, I do it for the people. We've already talked about that. Not begging people to pay my water bill. And, the joke is old, but, there's stuff to be discussed there as well. But, right now we're going to continue with this.
you know what? Like, I just got a message saying it again, so that's why I brought it up, because they're like, you're obsessed with Joe, bro. You're playing his sound bites, and I'm like, bro, first of all, I didn't play his sound bite.
Oh,
And second of all, just because we play a soundbite, we're obsessed now. Ken's obsessed again. A soundbite of Joe's on his show.
Yeah, a guy that you worked with, you could never mention him again because even the mention, hey, fuck it, you've got a cousin named Joe, nothing to do with Cronin, and you say Joe, oh, you're obsessed. Yeah, you can't get him off your mind. I'm talking about my cousin. No, clearly it's because you're obsessed with Joe Cronin. This is the mentality of these people. Like, seriously, this is the mentality of these people.
Like, come on, man. Give me a break.
whoever it is be dry begging for attention.
Yeah. Give me a break.
You're obsessed. You're obsessed with watching.
Oh, so Bullseye was on there too. Shout out to EJ News Updates 466 says why people go out, say, hey, show up, need, give me money. What the fuck? Are you having a stroke or something? I don't understand that. Let's continue.
You're obsessed with watching Ken watching someone.
Bro, the funniest thing was the funniest thing was like 3 weeks ago, maybe like 4 weeks ago, young Republican comes to me and tells me, and Ryan, you'll get a kick out of it.
So that this is the juice here.
But you already know this because I've said this before. So, but
Yeah.
I don't know when this is news to me.
YR comes to me and goes, bro, you'd be getting all this money that I'm giving Joe gambling and doing all this shit. You'd be getting all.
What this also proves is that he's still willing to associate with Ken, and Ken knows that YR is doing all these things for Joe, with Joe. Okay. But he's also split from a guy that he claimed was his, true friend, Dr. Earl, and basically ghosted him. As soon as the Keith money came in, he started ghosting him and never heard back. Well, there was he did hear back when he said that Joe wanted him on and he'd pay him or something like that, but. It was clearly, a lie from YR. But yeah, there's receipts about this. There's a timeline here, and history. So let's continue.
all this money because I like you better. I like your shit better. I think you're funnier. I think you're more talented. I think you're the better guy, right? And I'd be giving you this money if you got rid of Ryan and you never spoke to him again and you barred him from your shit and you abolished him from your shit as much as you can. I will give you this, right? I'm talking $1,000 a week.
So, but that's the thing, though. So it's Ryan who isn't often on Ken stuff. It's him. If it wasn't for that, there would have never been the Keith money blown on spinning a wheel or whatever he does on his show. It would all be going to Ken. I don't know about that. I'm doubting that.
That's what he offered me, $1,000 a week.
Damn!
Jesus.
Okay.
So minimum a month, it would be $4,000. So what's going? That's again, this is dead man's money. Let's break it down. Let's be honest. This is dead man money. If he can afford to continue to do that, even if it's just for a year, fuck it. Even if it's just for a month, that shows. And we've seen how long so far YR's been doing it with Joe, right? Okay, so do the numbers. There's a steady stream of income coming in, or there's a lot sum, right? Okay, and maybe he's got the self-discipline to say, okay, I'm only going to allow myself to spend $1,000 a week on Joe, right? Or Ken, if Ken got rid of the fucking Ryan. So whose dead money is this? Is it Keith Rebarber's? Yeah, I was at Epstein Island and I hid the treasure and I left in my will the coordinates for YR so he could get it and he could be rich and do terrible things too, yeah. Or is it another relative that now, because, he's not the type of guy to work in an office, okay? And it doesn't sound like a lottery win. It sounds to me dead man's money. So, something to contemplate and stew on. Let's continue.
And I was like, bro,
why he still worried about me? I don't even talk about him.
Dude, so much to the point where he's offering $1,000 a week to have you off of my shit, which you're not even on. You don't even come on to my shit.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been on.
That's how you also know I'm telling the truth. I haven't gotten to this point, right? As soon as, like I said earlier, as soon as Ken announced it, I was like, print it, right? But this was what I was saying earlier before we got to this point. It's just like, when do you see Ryan on there? Rarely. That's sort of being liberal. But yeah, he'll be on there once in a while. Or, what was it? Ken will go into, well, that actually doesn't matter that Ken goes into Nikki J's chat. But, like, again, on Ken's show, rare. But let's continue.
The chat. For no doubt, and I love you for that, man. Like, I much respect for like
good
even
proposition. You both can make $500.
Sorry, I missed that. Let's continue.
And I have you off of my shit with, and I was like, bro,
why he still worried about me? I don't even talk about him.
Dude, so much to the point where he's offering $1,000 a week to have you off of my shit, which you're not even on. You don't even come on to my shit.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been on.
You're in the chat. For no doubt, and I love you for that, man. Like, I much respect for like
good proposition. You both can make $500 a week.
No, but I'm saying, like, this dude is not like a part of shit where he's like sending demands out on my shit or like finagling stuff to like make this guy feel uncomfortable. Like, Ryan's not even a part of my shit that much to make this guy feel uncomfortable to come on here. So it makes no sense to offer me $1,000 to kick this guy out of my chat. You're offering, so that was 4 weeks ago. I was offered $1,000 to kick you out of my chat, right? So
that's $4,000.
Damn, a stack.
Yeah. And he said for good, get rid of him, bar him out, and this money's yours.
So first of all, it's crazy. That's what also money does when there's a large amount and people, that are skinwalkers and should normally be on a white trash reservation, dilapidated trailer park. Not all trailer parks are bad. Okay, some are very nice. Even Sunnyvale, beautiful. But, you've seen the photos of them. That's where the skinwalker needs to be. But, again, when money goes to people like that, they get arrogant. They think that they can dictate. They think that they can do things or accomplish things simply by just throwing money at it. So they're not obviously versed in saving money. I mean, even before he came into money, Dwyer buys all sorts of merch. I'm doing a psychological breakdown, by the way, but he buys all sorts of merch, buys guitars he never plays, dildo collection, tons of shit. Goes to concerts. Man, does he go to concerts, right? And I don't hate on him for watching tribute bands. But, that's big money that he is spending. And then he goes to the big concerts as well. So he's got, before the change in attitude, and that's the key that people need to focus on. What changed? What was it specifically? His lover Keith dying and bequeathing him his Epstein, gold, for never mentioning Epstein about it, So is that the money that has now emboldened YR to think that he can just come out with a ill-fitted suit, walk up to Ken with, a fake Italian accent and be like, hey, here's the money. Make it go away, He actually, again, thinks like that if he's willing to say these things. And that does fit that profile of somebody who gets a lot of money or the sort of promissory note that says, or the statement that says, you're going to be on the receiving end of money because there's a trust established because this person died, and we're not going to give you a lump sum. This is the way it was arranged, whatever. But you get, you continue to get, payments and so forth. But it could also be a lump sum. Again, I doubt it being a lottery win. So, there's a lot of questions to be answered. Let's continue.
You want to gamble? I'll give you money to gamble. He was telling me this whole dude, everything he's doing with Joe, he laid out for me before he did it with Joe. He said, we'll start gambling on your streams more because I'll give you money to gamble and you could.
Puppet Master confirmed. Dave Rose said it first. Dave Rose is almost always correct. But again, the ability to see through things in this community, the ones who, again, being able to call it out first. I mean, nobody can ignore my abilities, at least there. Because some people might laugh in passing, but I said Puppet Master confirmed. And again, just because somebody plays dumb, like Mello, doesn't mean that they're not self-serving and malicious. That's a simple fact. And we've seen a lot of people try in this community to be, this big overlord, and try to force and direct things on people, and failed miserably, exploded in their faces, and they looked, pathetic, and they were embarrassed, for it. But this is, again, YR. He's not as dumb as he lets on. He's not as dumb as people think. But again, look at motivations, look at reasons, and look at patterns. Again, Dr. Earl, Dr. Earl. You know, they were the greatest of friends. They were doing shows together and talking music, and they had a good mix there for their show, and then ghosted. Right? So, let's continue. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment, Bolsey. But let's continue.
Start incorporating that into your, and he told me that like he was like planned it out. So I know when I'm seeing clips of Joe Cronin and I'm seeing clips of YR and all this, and I'm seeing Joe gambling live on screen, right? And I'm saying to myself, that is so fucking funny that YR is now the producer of Joe Cronin shit. Because
what?
Yeah, because he literally came to me and laid out the fucking platform and said, you'll be gambling for the next month on your streams. You'll be fucking getting big bomb donations out of nowhere by me, which will spark all these other people.
Where's he getting this money from?
And I'm like,
don't blame the Jew for questioning where the money's coming from. You know, I did it prior, but you know, it does add to the stereotypes. Let's continue.
I'm like,
what is he, like a crypto
He's
guy?
spending his money to get noticed. That's
and I'm like, dude,
makes me want to open up Metallica.
No, but see, you know, tongue-in-cheek, Mello is basically saying what I was saying. It's just like out of the blue, right? Just out of nowhere, it starts. But it doesn't start with a trickle. It starts with a tsunami. And it continues, and it continues, and it continues. All goes back to my theory about dead man's money. Remember, I got a really good record about being correct on things. And, yeah, well, let's continue.
He a pay-to-play ass nigga.
Oh, shout out to MN Vikings fan in the chat. Welcome so much. Hope you're doing okay. But yeah, let me just rewind that just so we get Ryan's full statement.
And I'm like,
what is he, like a crypto
He's
guy?
spending his money to get noticed. That's
and I'm like,
Makes
dude,
me want to open up Metallica.
He a pay-to-play ass nigga. He need to chill out.
Well, that's
You trying to drop a stack to get me gone.
And listen, Ryan, I don't want to sit here and act like I turned him down. I'm a good man, and dude, it didn't even happen like that. What happened was I never even had the chance to answer him back to say, no, I ain't doing that shit. I didn't even answer him back. So I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, I turned him down, Ryan. I'm a good guy. No. I didn't even, you know what, Ryan, you know what this guy did? He blocked me before I could even answer his 45 messages in a row. That's what he did. Because you know what probably happened? You know what probably happened? He made good with Joe because he was in a falling out about 3 or 4 weeks ago with Joe. If I don't know if you guys remember, but it's the truth because I know the time lines up with what I'm saying. And he was in a little argument with Joe, or something got a little rough where it looked like he was leaving and not going back to Joe's shit, right? And the money line was going to finish and not.
Oh, shit. So this is not from the beginning. This is after. So, like, he'd already established, so he was working with Joe, established himself, got mad with Joe, went to go cry on Ken's shoulder. Wow. Let's continue.
Be there for Joe with him. And all of a sudden, he starts hitting me with all these $1,000 offers to get rid of you and all this shit. And before I even had the chance to answer him, all of a sudden, I'm blocked and I'm thrown to the curb. And I put all the pieces of the puzzle together of all the videos and all the shit that I see. And I say, holy shit, now I know what happened.
The timeline.
He came to me and thought, oh, I'm out of it with Joe. Let me come to Kenny now and offer him this and see if he'll kick this guy out. And I'll be in there with him and do this. And then all of a sudden, Joe hit him back up and said, blah, 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 blah. And they worked everything out because, like I said the other night, oh, what's his name? Ghost from the Cock is kicked out. Like, oh, no big deal. He'll be back in fucking in 3 hours because all you got to do is offer a little more money. And of course, he was back, just like I called it. And all of a sudden, I thought to myself, no big deal. And then YR, he made the connection. And 3 hours later, Ken's blocked and shunned and acted like, oh, I don't speak to Ken because I love you, Joe, and I'm your man.
This has to be recent then, because that squabble, which I reviewed, when Ghost from the Coast lost his wrench, and then he donated $150, and then bam, fucking the wrench was back. You know, I that was it last week or the week prior? I think it was. Maybe it was the week. It was either the last week or the week prior. Can't think straight right now. But let's continue.
Even though, meanwhile, if I would have probably answered him back before Joe did, I don't think he'd be gambling on live streams.
Are you ready to take your hit, Kenny?
Yeah.
Or no?
So,
I need to figure out what community he need to be in.
but that's Ken just brainwashing.
This had to have come. This was after. This was more recent than 2 weeks ago, at least. Maybe it was in the last week. I don't know. Ken had on the day before Thanksgiving, he had a big stream. I remember seeing that pop up, and I had to go. Unfortunately, I had to get to sleep early, to wake up early. But I saw a bunch of people were on there. Haven't actually listened to that stream, but I heard from a lot of people that were on. A lot of them did say you should have been on there. But they all said they had a fun time. It was a good show, and some people who weren't on, who just watched, said, yeah, it was a really good show, and it was just fun to hear and see all these people. So maybe that's from that. I don't know. I had the idea that this was older than that. So here's obviously the correction. Why would Ghost play into it and give him money, asks Extreme Shaft. I don't know. You'll have to ask Ghost. He likes the guy. But and I'll check your message, Shaft, when I can. But right now I'm showing on this screen here, and we're gonna continue doing that. But let's continue.
Shit is crazy.
That's Ken brainwashing.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be gambling on live streams.
Are you ready to take your hit, Kenny?
Yeah.
Or no?
So
I need to figure out what community he need to be in.
But that's Ken just brainwashing.
Flip-flopping shit is crazy.
That's Ken brainwashing, right? Meanwhile, all I do is sit there and don't even have the time to respond back and even speak my words, but yet I'm accused of brainwashing and manipulating and converting and all that.
You're also obsessed, Ken. You're obsessed. You farted, and it sounded like Joe. And you're clearly talking about Joe. You're obsessed. Clearly obsessed.
Shit.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Ken, somebody goes onto your show and says the word Joe, or they say Mo and people hear Joe. Whatever the excuse is. That's obsession. That's obsession. It's delusion of these people. Absolute delusion.
Speak my words, but yet I'm accused of brainwashing and manipulating and converting and all this shit.
Yep.
Right.
Right,
Anyway,
I was going to say, he's trying to manipulate and trying to do all this other shit.
Yeah, I'm getting offered thousands of dollars to get rid of this guy and get rid of that guy and get rid of this guy. Hey, talk shit about Danny and say this about that guy and do this about that guy and I'll give you all this. And it's like, dude,
Bro,
I don't even
he's in no position of doing none of that. He a fan. He's a fan of you and Joe, so he need to cut it out.
I'm just
he in no position to try.
Goes back to what I was saying in regards to when certain individuals of low status have access to a lot of money, they just think they can run roughshod and dictate things, and that's not the way it works, especially in business. So, let's continue.
I'm done with all of it, bro. And when I told him, bro, your money dangling, Mr. fucking what was his name again? The guy in the WWF back in the day who had all the money.
Oh, $1
Million Dollar Man.
Dead man's money.
I said, Mr. $1 Million Man, you could take your money because not everybody's viable.
I don't need to that fucking.
Let's hear that again. But again, some people can't be bought. And it's also, more importantly, is that their motivations, their standards can't be bought, right? Yeah, you can make a donation to somebody, but to make it dictate, saying, okay, you can only receive these funds if you follow the, following guidelines. No. So, yeah. There's no, yeah. Again, people's morals certain people's morals can't be bought. Okay, there are people, obviously. But yeah, Ken is obviously making that very clear right now. It's just like you can't buy his loyalty or his, his morals. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Again, I apologize. I mean, it's no excuse, but yes, I am stoned, but I'm also fucking so exhausted. But we're not here, to talk about me. I'm not a narcissist like others. But let's continue. We're almost done this, and then we're going to be taking calls.
Oh, $1
Million Dollar Man. I said, Mr. $1 Million Man, you could take your money because not everybody's buyable. I don't need
to that fucking.
I don't need your fucking
That's
money.
all he's doing is paying to play.
You motherfucker, you. I don't need your fucking
money.
money.
I'm going to pay $25 a year for Mikkel.
I don't need your fucking money.
Another thing, Ken is on a roll here. Mello just starts, okay, fine. Ken is talking. I'm going to talk to Mikkel. This is not conducive to a good show. Just, again, if Mello just acted normal, fine. If he was talking to Ken about what Ken's talking about, okay, cool, that makes sense. But Ken's, going on a proper diatribe, discussing things, laying it out, and Mello says, and again, look at that fucking, what kind of face was that? His eyes and nose and mouth are really centered in the middle of his face. That's kind of weird. Everything else is like flesh and shit. He covers it with the beard, but it's very centered around the middle of his head. But regardless, yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, let's just start a discussion with Mikkel. Ken's talking here, hey. But I guess that's what loyalty gets you. As long as you're always there for Ken, he'll let you ruin his show. But it's the truth. Okay, let's not fuck around. This isn't personal with Mello. It's business. Okay, because that's the truth. It's just like, does anybody else actually see what I'm seeing here? I mean, and we've seen this guy act normal. So it's just like, what's the deal? I know you got two monitors, so do I, but why are you looking at one, faking it when you didn't see it in the other monitor? And then you look at, no. So, again, the fakeness. We've seen, and he hams it up. That's the best explanation. People have laughed at that, but then again, I got proven correct. I know we're talking too much about Mello right now. We've got to finish up with this video, but, again, I don't hate the guy. I'm just pointing this shit out. It's business. It's just like, if I want to tune into Ken, or huge replay value, you can go back and watch Ken, then, I should be able to enjoy it without somebody just fucking interrupting the flow of the show and then thinking it's funny. And it's just sad. It really is just sad. I've seen this guy comport himself like a normal person. But when given the opportunity, and Ken isn't yelling at him to shut the fuck up, things are good. Okay, so I've got no problem. And I've been on shows and people have even commented, oh my God, fucking the world must be ending. Fucking Mello and Dave are on the same show and shit. And, during those shows, Mello was throwing digs at me. I was like, I don't care. I want to just have a good time here. That's, why I'm here. And Ken and I can have a good discourse and stuff. And yeah, maybe you'll interrupt at one point. Yeah, it'll give me time to go take a piss, or maybe go smoke a little bit of that roach that's waiting outside. But again, it's not personal, buddy. It's business. And you're bad for business. Simple fact. Friday Night Fire was one of the greatest shows this community ever fucking saw. Let's continue.
Here.
You know what, YR? I don't need your motherfucking money, you fucking accuser of the mother.
I wish I could be, I wish somebody could try to bribe me so I could say no. I'm not going to change my morals. But Ken has that honor. In fact, I think that's the only person in this community who has that honor. And say, yeah, this guy tried to bribe me. And I said no.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Get the fuck out of here!
Really? $1,000 to try to get me out of the chat of a community that you ain't even a part of no more? How about this? How about you give me $1,500 like you originally was supposed to do?
That is true. I did cover this in the past. He did make an offer for like a truce, basically.
Remember, you were supposed to give me some money, but then somebody was like, "Oh, never mind. Don't do that. Well, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. You ain't in no position to try to get me out nowhere. Ain't no position. You ain't in no type of anything to try to get me out nowhere, nigga. So you already know. I'm gonna need that money, bro. You gonna have to pay me. Yeah, remember you was supposed to pay me big bucks. You said you gonna leave me alone, never mention me, da-da-da-da-da, and you still want to still sneak this and still mention my name for some random-ass reason? Okay, bet. All right, bet.
And I mean, I talked about this in the past on probably previous drama diners, but I remember talking about this in the past and stuff, covering it, the screenshots and all that sort of thing. So yeah.
You want to keep playing? You want to keep playing games and shit, nigga? Okay, Jacob. Round 6.
Oh. Man knows his fucking rounds. Oof. All right, so there's that. Skibbity bop. Shout out to the 29 viewers. Hope you guys are enjoying your Black Friday. And I'm going to go check those private messages here. If I had $1,000 a week, I'd be living on the beach, bro. This was from YR, is what this birdie tells me. So this is a lie? Is YR calling? This is kind of weird that Shaft is speaking to YR. That's, another red flag about Shaft, but I don't know. I mean, like, why is YR reaching out to Shaft? And more importantly, is this recent now? Is he watching this and not, admitting that he's watching it? What's the deal here? Is it damage control? Because we have Ken saying something, and really, what gives you an idea that Ken would lie? The character sort of establishes motive, and I don't see why anybody would do that. I don't see why Ken would do that. Sorry, I'm reading things. I'm getting distracted here. Okay, like a squirrel. Shout out to the 28 viewing. But there we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on to the on-air group of Discord, and Ryan, jump into the general, and I'll pull you into the on-air. I know that some people would like to speak to me currently, but not. I'm going to be in the on-air area where it's locked. This is not going to be a free-for-all, and giving you the opportunity to talk about whatever. We're here on business. Okay, Okay. This was sent when Ken was doing the show. He messaged me. No red flags. Okay. I got something else here. Hold on. Message. I think YR is just jealous of Ryan because he can't rap. YR went from being a wannabe rapper to a conservative to a Falmouth Islander fan. That's true. To an 80s metal fan. To Joe Cronin homosexual fan. That's a new message. Basically, what I'm trying to say is YR's been searching for his true identity for nearly a decade. Yes, he has. But I got... This is kind of funny. This is old YR shit.
Tell you a story.
Shh. Relax. This is old stuff. Goes to show that he still keeps some of his stuff up. But let's show y'all what's going on here, people. So we got the one and only, and like this man's famous. Okay, so show some fucking respect. It's Jay Knopf. Jay Knopf. You see that? That's a very clever, niggerish way of writing a name. Jay Knopf, which I was told by an actual black person that that's supposed to be north. So Jay, whether it be, short for Jamie or James or whatever, but Knopf, that's supposed to be north. Like, color me white, more. Because I had no idea. But it was explained to me that is what it's supposed to mean. And we both agreed, me and the black guy, that it was gay as fuck and stupid. But yeah, let's check it out. This guy opened up for Vanilla Ice.
Me tell you a story. Bitch, I'm not hoary.
Hey.
Not Robert Ory.
Who's filming the video? And why does he sound black? Is this one of those hotels that you roomed with like 20 black guys and yourself? Like, was that the precursor to Blacked? Like, were you shooting videos or pornography magazines there?
Bitch, you're a hoary. Hey. Bitch, I'm going gory. Dig it like Jason. Hey. Got constipation. Cause I got a shit.
Oh, he's holding it. So who fucking said? Who else does he have in that little apartment or hotel room?
Gotta want my ass. Gotta go fishing. Give me some bass. Hey, talk about the reek. Got polo sheets. Bitch, you better queef. And bitch, you better leave. Hey.
His shelves are bare. Mother Hubbard is in your predicament as well.
Get out the door. Bitch, she's a whore.
Oh, there is somebody there.
You know I gotta get more. Bees on my floor. Hey. Versace on the floor. Versace on my shirt. Hey. I flip you the bird.
Yeah.
Flip you the bird.
Yeah.
There's a guy.
Hey, I'll flip you the bird. Oh, you done heard?
So this is this looks like a gaunt, melanin depleted black individual, possibly. In fact, I don't know. Let's make that a little bigger. That actually might be a black skinwalker, or Hispanic maybe. I don't know. There's a tint to the skin. I can't recognize the phenotype. The head is very off. Those are big eyes. That's a large fucking nose there. Small chin. Well, small jowls, but a large spouty chin. Mouth centered there. The lips. And yeah, I'm talking science for real. But again, basically anthropology. But and genetics and many other things. But regardless, look at the way that the lip curls over the teeth, and then you have the smile there. The ears, very off. Something's odd with this. Let's continue.
I got these bad bitches everywhere I go. That's the story. With me and Jake, yeah, we just hella great, smoking hella great. ASAP Rocky shit, get it hella straight. Smoking cushions all a daily.
How romantic. A nice little hotel room for the two of you. Is that why you moan? Tell me, do you moan? Skibbity bop doo doo. Let me check this shit out. Yo, Ryan, where you at? Fucking jump in the Discord. What else was it gonna show? There's another thing. Oh, here is a list of YR's recorded music tracks from 12 years ago on SoundCloud. J North. I've been told that's how you pronounce it. Oh, shit. For real? For real? Oh, my God. There's quite a few. Might as well show it. Might as well. I'm still waiting for the callers. Ah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the one and only King Meow Meow, Ryan the Heel. You are currently muted, sir. But you've been brought in to the on-air Discord where nobody can interrupt. And, yes, he's still working things out with his new phone, I guess, but got himself one of those new Motorola's, you know, the flip ones. Those are crazy. It's got Snake on it, from what I hear. Very cool stuff.
Yo.
Oh, there he is. The man himself, the man of the hour, who isn't YR, and a pup master. So, we've just reviewed your video. I think I did a fair job in putting things into perspective, providing context of the past. And, yeah, you published this video, and I found it fascinating that I was not aware of this earlier. So what are your thoughts on the matter? You have the entire floor. Give us a nice, long-winded Dave Rose response.
How you doing, Dave? I'm fine.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday and all that noise. Hopefully everybody's good out there. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I'm trying to figure out why his nothing ass always sits there, dry fucking sucking Joe Cronin, but then wanting to talk about me, talking about something, oh yeah, get him gone for $1,000 a week. Nigga, you ain't in no type of position to be doing none of that bullshit, bro. So now you already know what time it is. I don't know why you keep trying to keep my name in your mouth. Scott McKinnon, yo bitch ass too, be keeping my name in your mouth too. You need to chill the fuck out too. And nigga, y'all just need to. This is 2025, man. It's about to be 2026. Y'all should be on some other type. Like, move the fuck on, bro. It ain't 2020. It's not 2016 no more.
Yo, Ken even made that point. He said, first of all, when is Ryan around? And then
that was my first time on
why you
Ken's
holding? Show. But you know, like you've popped in here and there and blah blah blah, or he's had you on the show when he tuned into Nikki J's channel. He had his show while he was in Nikki's chat and stuff. So, but and you were there, so it was on his show. But it's just like, where is this coming from? Because like you haven't done shit to him in a while. But you only responded. So the thing is, like, you've been quiet. You've been doing your own thing, right? So you're doing your own thing.
Yes, I do my own thing.
And then this comes out of the blue. So this comes after he initially started donating to Joe. So it's at least a couple of months, right? But, like, then there was the break and stuff. He had a fight. So there he contacts Ken. So we know he already has a flow of money that's coming in. Contacts Ken, you know what, I'm having a fight, Ken. How about I fucking give this money to you? But I noticed that fucking Ryan's in your chat, so, I'm just going to divert this money I'm getting.
Stop being a bitch.
Where's the motivation here?
At all. Stop being scared. Like I'm not gonna do nothing to you. Like let it go. Like you still want to keep trying to be negative and all this other shit. Now you talking about talking to Ken behind the scenes, wanting me gone for $1,000 a week. Like you tripping. That came out of nowhere too. And it just so happened that Ken spilled the tea that night. And this was a couple nights ago. Like this was the night before Thanksgiving that this all happened. That video happened. Excuse me, I gotta take a hit. But yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He need to like let it go. Keep my name out your mouth. Like I keep saying this, and now you want to go another year trying to fake beef again. You and Scott, like stop doing that shit, bro. That shit weird as fuck. That shit cringe. Like I'm good. You there, Dave? That's all I gotta say for right now. Wait, is he there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You there? Okay, yeah, that's all. That's all.
Okay, well, it's I don't know. There's so much.
Like that shit is just weird. Like that shit is just weird. Like that shit just came out of nowhere.
That's what I'm, thinking here. It's just like
why are you trying to
what
put
started
fake hits
it?
on the internet?
What caused it? Like,
he's scared of me because of that shit that happened, I guess.
Yeah, okay, but that's a while ago.
Shit.
That's a while ago, and it's
Exactly.
just like you haven't shown.
Exactly.
There's been people who were scared of me and stuff like that, but they backed off, and I was like, okay, well, there's no reason to pursue you. You were fucking around, you found out, but you don't fuck around, you don't find out. So it's just like, it computed in their fucking minds, or they just realized they couldn't fucking touch me. Never got a fucking pizza. You got multiple. But again, that just goes. But it also goes to show the cowardice, right? But it's just like, okay, I didn't get no pizzas and shit. Nobody could fuck with me, and just like, stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine, and keep hate watching and being offended. But like, you're not taking me off the internet. I already fucking told you that.
But here's the problem though. He's been trying to get me he's been trying to get rid of me from the community. Like he's always said like, oh, he doesn't belong in this community and all this other bullshit. Now he want to try and bring money into the situation, like somebody gonna bite.
That
ain't
is
nobody
kind of
gonna
crazy. And do you think that might be? Well, actually, no. Like you were sort of expelled from Joe's server long before he showed up. YR showed up with the Keith money. But like, you were again. Like I don't remember the reason why Joe got you off his server, but
Luke Rojas.
Oh, it was
Luke Rojas.
But what did you do to the Rojas though? I know you've talked about it in the past, but I can't remember. And like, I do remember it was fucking frivolous. But
Luke Rojas wouldn't like the fact that I would show off my action figures on Joe's stream, or like show off sneakers, or talk about nothing that don't talk about wrestling, or maybe that talks about wrestling, but he just didn't want to like. I guess he just didn't like me. Basically.
Did you also say, if I remember correctly, you said that he said that you would not say anything on a call. You were just hanging out, right? And the criticism,
yeah,
like,
sometimes,
why you here not saying anything?
But like, I've already explained this, but sometimes you already know on Joe's show, people be talking like hell, and people be getting over talking and shit. So sometimes I won't talk until the right time. So I guess he wouldn't like the fact that I would just sit there, but I would show my figures or shoes off and shit. He just wouldn't like that, and it's like, who are you to like? Bro, who the fuck are who are these people to even do this shit, bro? Like this shit wild as hell.
You can't have a hobby. Is that it? You can't have a hobby. Wire can't have a.
Bro,
fucking
just go out and go
closet
buy a hooker or something, bro. Just go get some pussy. Like the fuck, go do something. You sit your nothing ass on the internet praising Joe Cronin all goddamn day
and trying to protect him,
and you don't even get paid for this shit.
And that's the thing, that you have these individuals who. And this guy's another example, is you have these people who grew up with Joe. They saw him when they were most malleable there at like 12, 13, 14, whatever. And they watched him, for 10 years or something. And he is their God now. And they will protect him, even though they hear, this is the cognitive dissonance here, right? It's a cult thing where
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they
definitely. It's
hear
a
that
cult
he's, or
behind the
he
scenes.
see that he's doing bad things, they'll just side with Joe and justify it somehow in their mind.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a cult like tendencies behind the scenes. Like, they just be sucking Joe. Why is the main culprit? This
And they
nigga be paying
defend
to
him, though.
play.
That's the thing, though, is just like there's been times where, Ken would criticize me, I would criticize Ken, fucking, I can't think of anybody else, to be quite honest, but like we're honest with each other, sort of thing, right? But like, you don't have that same thing with some of these cultists. Like they won't rightfully. And when I was working with Joe, and when Kevin was working with Joe, and JB, and all these other people working with Joe, they would criticize him rightfully and be like, Joe, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Maybe you should do this, or you know what? I don't agree with this whatsoever. You're doing something wrong. So those with guts, are willing to call this behavior out. Meanwhile, the dick suckers will just follow him, to the ends of the earth, and anybody that might even fart and it sound like Joe will be the ones who are obsessed with Joe and criticizing Joe.
Yeah, it's like people over there can't have their own opinion. They always agree with what Joe Cronin say. And it might not be everybody over there, but it is most of the dick suckers over there.
And they can't even fucking admit when he's wrong. Even though they know it, they can't admit it because that would be admitting that their God is fallible.
Or they did something wrong and then they're going to get banished or some shit. Like, man, if you don't be a man and say what you got to say, get that shit off your chest. I don't know why it was wrong with these manses. They don't want to be real manses for real. They want to keep being little boys. Like, I'm not going to try and keep explaining myself with Jacob P. I'm not going to keep explaining myself with this nigga. He better keep my goddamn name out his mouth, bro, for real. Or it can be up again like it was a year or two ago. He always trying to bring up shit, make something out of nothing. Then he want to cry victim when some shit like this happened.
But
a drama done happened. Then you want to cry victim.
What would make him want to do this when you're not on Ken's shows, right? So
he don't like me. That's the whole thing. He don't like me. He don't want me in the community. That's the best way I can say it. And the only way I can say it.
But remember, he
just
wasn't
don't want me
doing
around
this.
He don't like me.
Yeah, but he hasn't liked you for a while, and he hasn't been throwing money.
But for him to keep bringing my name up, he
recently.
need to stop. Cause I don't talk about him. I do my own shit. I always do my own shit. I don't know why he can't do the same thing. Now I'm gonna have this man hiding behind curtains again, behind them beef curtains again.
Well, I'm showing his SoundCloud here, Jane Off, and he's got
Jane Off.
He's got quite a few songs, and he even has things, shaved into his head because he's black like that.
He a wigger. He wanted to be black back in the day. Now he just a regular white dude rocker or something. He just trying to be somebody. He want to be Joe Cronin or something for real.
He needs
Scott McKinnon too. Scott want to be somebody too. He want to be everybody else but him. He wasn't talking about nothing about boxing before I had boxing shit on my shit. I've always had boxing short videos on my stuff, on my channel. Even before he started making little videos of him fake boxing, not making no progress. No progress. So he need to sit his nothing ass down too, because he ain't worth a damn either.
Expect a video.
He need to stop making fake counts. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. He need to stop making fake accounts. Again, that's all he known for is making fake accounts and being a pedophile.
There's a lot of people fucking using fake accounts, and it's just pathetic. It's just like, why don't you just fucking, embrace
like people just
that
can't
you're
be
a hater
real
and just use the same name over and over again. You can't do that, right? You think you're so clever. Oh, look at me. It's just like, but yeah. By your writing styles and stuff, you can try to change it, but it's still detectable. Now I've got AI to my at my fingertips. It's so fucking easy. Stop pretending, okay? I know that I've got my haters. It's not the
Stop
number of
projecting
fucking.
too.
What's that?
Stop projecting and stop making these
That's
false
another thing.
ass
That's
narratives
another
as
thing.
well too.
That's what haters do. They project their sad lives, and anybody that won't acquiesce. And this is also an age thing as well. The younger people, the millennials, they're pussies. So they were all given rewards as kids and stuff for just participating, and they think that everyone should bow down to them and just act normal and ignore this sort of antisocial behavior. No, it's not going to happen. And these people get angered when they encounter people who just won't back down and say, no, I'm going to keep doing what I'm fucking doing. You can't stop me. And when you try, I just laugh at you, and everyone does too.
Like in this case, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people laughing right now.
Every time I open the diner, many people tell me, like, this is fucking funny stuff. And the funniest things are the most based in reality. Reality is the funniest thing.
Excuse me, yeah. The whole thing is he just need to stop worrying about me. That's the whole thing.
I don't think
if he would just keep my name out his mouth, it would be cool. And then he need to stop trying to play both sides, because you get caught every time. Like he's another clockable nigga. He's another clockable nigga. Scott's a clockable one, and now YR is a clockable nigga. All they T get clocked every time.
I understand.
So they need to stop trying to do this. Yeah, they need to stop. They need to stop. They need to chill out.
But yeah, it's almost clockwork, where it's just like this will happen, and then even with like, he gets in a fight with Joe, and it's just like, by clockwork, he's going to the only other guy that is willing to listen to him when it comes to co-hosts or hosts of this community and stuff. And it goes to what I was saying earlier multiple times, is that Ken has a big heart. Unfortunately it's a little too big. It's probably enlarged. He's got to see a doctor about that. But he'll even tolerate YR trying to betray the guy multiple times and still is willing to talk to him, right? And he's still willing to call it out publicly on his own videos. And YR be like, you know what, Ken, I don't hate you for making that video. I'd still pay you to get rid of that nigger, but I still like you, Ken, so I'm going to keep talking to you because sometimes I get pissed off with Joe. That's exactly because he's puppet master confirmed. Whatever, if he can,
you've said this
slink his way
before in the past.
Yes.
He's a puppet master.
We have
and he is like
pattern.
People don't. He always manipulate and want to, try to be slick, but he get clocked.
That's the word.
Time.
That's the word I was looking for. He tries to be slick. The kids know the
he tries to be very slick and sneaky, and it never work out for his ass.
Yeah, it does blow up.
And for this shit to happen 4 weeks ago, and now it's brought to the light. Now he's like, oh shit, and now he want to say, it's a lie. Why would Ken come out and even say that? The truth come out when you drink, dummy.
Yeah,
like come on.
But see, you could see it with Ken. It's just like he took it as an insult, as he rightfully should. Where it was like, you're trying to pay me to not be me. You're trying to pay me to censor myself, and not only that, to get rid of a guy who doesn't start shit here, and watches the show, and that I provide some sort of entertainment to them, and you have an issue with him, but that doesn't involve me, and you're insulting me by trying to pay me off and alter my morals to get rid of this guy, and I have nothing to do with this. Like, it's insulting. It's insulting when someone, there's been times where I wasn't working with Joe, and he sent me a donation to try to get me back in. I was like, return donation, right? Because it's like, no, you can't buy me over.
True. Yeah. I mean, that's what some people think. You just buy them. It don't work like that. That's not even being that's not being real. I'm gonna just say it. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not being real at all. I ain't never been no type of pay to play. Like, if I wanna give you money or donate or whatever, it's because I want to. It's not because I'm trying to be around or anything.
Yep.
But some people, just got a different mentality. That's all.
And I'm glad that you raised that
Like
point
a child.
because I've noticed this in the past where there's some people who've donated and like all over the community to whoever, including Joe, but they've donated and they've been offered or asked like, hey, shit, you donate so much, why don't you call in? And they're like, nope, I'm good. I just enjoy the show, want to keep listening, and I appreciate what you're doing. So I'm just donating. So I don't want to be on the show, I just want to sit back and enjoy. And that's amazing because, amazing when you look at those dissenters or detractors, I should say, because again, there are people that are like that. There are people that aren't obsessed.
And I used to be one of them. I used to be a Joe Cronin donator. I used to donate, and I was like a $20 or $30 Patreon as well too.
But were you expecting to be on the show?
No, I wasn't.
You were
Not
just
at
like
all.
basically, but like Nikki J,
Like
just
if you wanted
paying
to chill,
because you enjoy it, and you
it
were
was just chilling. Yeah,
yeah.
I was just trying to chill. Though.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take no spotlight from nobody or none of that. I'm just trying to
exactly.
chill.
That's the difference. That's the difference from those that donate like from their heart, really, because it's like shit. I enjoy this show. Let's donate. Or the ones who are like, you know what? When I donate, I expect for me to be featured. And by the way, Joe, I'm gonna give you a little extra money so that you can use that for what I decided as your producer, your new producer, by the way, for you to gamble it, or at least that's the gimmick, because I was going to talk about that later. But yeah, you're gonna gamble that money, spinning the wheel and stuff, and it's gonna encourage other people to fucking donate. So Puppet Master confirmed again, trying to be the producer.
Man, for
Puppet
real.
Master producer.
And some people just be like turning the blind eye and don't want to really acknowledge that shit for real. But in all actuality, in the back of their heads, they probably like, yeah, he is a puppet master. He do be like manipulating.
Oh, come on. At this point, even Stevie Wonder could fucking see that shit. It's so obvious. And you know what the biggest tell is to me is, again,
too obvious.
This big fucking relationship he had with this friendship with Dr. Earl, just overnight, cut it off, went silent, ghosted.
Before
after all that.
Music Maniacs, after all that, before Music Maniacs, was he donating to Joe like he was now?
No, dude. Donating to Joe from YR
wasn't he
is
like
a
dissing him for
recent
real?
occurrence. It's
Oh,
like, obviously
shit.
it's been
How
happening for at
time
least a couple
flies.
of months. 2 to 3 months I'd say it's probably a little over 2 months, but again, I'm just going off my stone memory. And usually it's a lot better than 99% of the people in this community. But regardless, it's just like, there's been a big change. And again, look at the Keith Bucks.
Yeah.
This is dead man's money. I don't know whose money it is, but it's dead man's money. I've laid out the fuck. I'm going to listen back to this because the layout that I did is fucking
It probably is.
great. But again, it could be Keith, but it could be a relative, right? And we could examine whether or not, I'm leaning to the former, which is, lump sum. But there's also a trust that could give you every month, because that steady income, right? So every month you'll get X amount. So that gives either of those options, because they're only the two, either of those gives YR the confidence not only to say, I can pay you $1,000 a week, but I'm so fucking rich, I've got the money, which he doesn't know, Trailer Park Trash right now, but I've got the money that I can ensure that when I dictate to you, Ken, and I say, you know what, I'm going to throw this money around like fucking a millionaire, get fucking Ryan out of here, and permanently fucking, that's a tell, dude. That's a tell. He's telling us he believes that the money that he's got access to, whether it be monthly or whether it be lump sum, he thinks he's so arrogant that he can just dictate to people and be like, yo, here's a wad of cash to your face. Get rid of this guy. He actually believes that because he had the gall to say that to Ken in the first place. That tells us specifically where he's coming from monetarily. This is a big tell, dude. Big tell.
He need to figure that. He need to figure that shit out. that's a personal problem with him. He need to stop flip flopping. Like all that
He
shit.
sees himself as a
stop.
fucking
He gotta chill
Saudi sheik. We're like, you know what? Bring the prostitutes from Hollywood. I want to shit on them.
Like, this nigga thinking he a pillar in the community whole time.
Yep.
You a whole fan.
Yep,
A whole
absolutely.
entire FAN. Whole fan. And now you think you doing something because you got money. And then whole time, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
If he is working a job, why the fuck are you giving all your money to Joe Cronin?
Mm-hmm.
You not saving that shit and try to better your life
He
and
never
your
has.
longevity. You want
Before
to
the
give it to
Keith Bucks,
figure.
we've seen this. He was buying guitars, just putting them on his wall, not playing them. Buying the dildo collection,
Going to
buying
concerts.
the fucking the merch for the fucking concerts, and going to fucking tons of fucking
T-shirts.
concerts. So he's got
Yeah.
that before the Keith Bucks showed he had disposable income that was coming in from a steady job, right? But now we're getting big fucking donations and fucking bombs and shit. That means he's got an additional. It's not like they decided, you know what, YR, you've been so good spinning signs, we're gonna multiply your income by 300%. No, it's not that. He has a steady income, but then there's the extra. Where's the dead man's money coming from? Is it Keith Bucks?
Keith Bucks.
Or is
Keith
it
Bucks.
fucking, dead relative?
Or does he have a 9-to-5 or some type of job?
No, he does.
Or a
He-
temp
well,
job?
at one point, well, I don't know about lately, but I would assume he still does, because again, that's the line though. That's how you know that he had something before, right? I don't think he retired or left his job, but the bottom line is he had something, income coming enough that he was buying dildos and fucking guitars and shit. Okay, so there was there was an income, and it was sufficient enough that this guy was going to concerts every fucking week, sometimes multiple times a week. Right? Buying like chest rig for his fucking phone and shit,
Right.
filming it. So he already had,
Right.
he's clearly not paying for a car, insurance, fucking anything like that. Living with dad, living it up. So he's got minimal overhead, right? So he's spending very little. The disposable income that he has lets him fucking shower his room with all these sorts of goodies and stuff. Okay, so that's how he was living prior to Keith's death. What happened after Keith's death? This guy's fucking going nuts on Joe Cronin, right? So something happened, whether it be Keith Bucks or it be another, relative. The bottom line is it's dead man's money. That's the only way to explain it, because I cannot believe that this guy is fucking. In fact, you can see this in the demeanor of the individual. If he had won the lottery, he'd be a little bit more excited. This was something else. This was something else. That's why I say dead man's money. Like he didn't suffer an an injury where he could claim insurance, or he didn't sue anybody for whatever. I mean, for an accident, physical accident or anything impeding him from working, right? He's not on government.
Knows?
He's certainly not being paid by the government, because like the money he's spending on Joe, the government doesn't pay that shit. Especially a white boy.
You got to be working like a big job to make a certain amount of salary.
Some difference going on here, and that's, again, it's not wrong to resonate around the idea of Keith Bucks. In fact, I think that should. In fact, the other day, in preparation for what I wanted to discuss,
$1K a week.
I tried to get Grok. Maybe somebody can help me out. In fact, the Sparrows are always getting even greater at the fucking AI. But I was trying to get Keith's face on $100 bill, and I wanted to use that on this show to show up, like maybe when there was a donation or something, or just to fucking ridicule YR, but like be like Keith Bucks. And like, again, Keith's face on a $100 bill, instead of Franklin. But yeah, if anyone can put that together, I know that you're one of the leaders here in this fucking community when it comes to AI. Now, I'll give them this. YR also is getting real good at fucking the AI. But you, YR and Out with Cows. Getting real good with that AI, and I'm enjoying the shit that's being sent to me. I really am.
Appreciate that. Wait, is he doing like everything, or is he just doing Joe Cronin content when it comes to the AI?
Who?
YR.
Oh, it's most, from what I've seen, the last while has just been Joe Cronin. I mean, if you want, I can show this on the stream. But yeah, he's been making a bunch of fucking Joe Cronin as a preacher. Fucking there's a bunch of other
Casey
stuff.
do something similar?
He was criticizing Joe. No, it's the opposite of Casey. Instead of criticizing Joe, he was loving Joe. You know, or sorry, Casey was hating Joe. Ken was, YR was loving Joe. I'm also drinking beer.
As always. I mean, he finally fulfilled his lifelong fantasy of being a co-host on Joe Cronin's show.
That's a great point that you bring that up, because that was something that he did mention early on. And just the idea of being on a show and sort of being able to direct things like Mello. I think that, that certainly was a turn on for the guy. And now that he's in that position where he can actually dictate using money, he's probably in a very happy spot.
Yeah. Terrible.
It's pathetic, really. It's pathetic.
It really is, because it's like, dude, like, you can't just be normal, but you have to just be up under Joe Cronin 24/7, and now you gotta just give you giving money and your whole life to him, basically. And now you think you are somebody that you can put a hit out on me for $1,000 a week, which it would never happen. Yeah. I don't even know why he would even suggest that shit.
That blows me away as well. It's just like, why this guy, despite being radio silent, and what's the grudge, you know?
The fact that I do my own shit and don't talk about him or worry about him or nothing at all, and he always want to have my name in his mouth every once in a while, is beyond me. He is so fixated on me and another certain individual as well too. But we not here for him. We here for YR.
Yeah, it's up to YR. I guess we'll see what happens in regards to how he might or not respond. But it's
I don't know why he trying to gain sympathy and be a victim to other people as well too. When everybody know you full of shit. I don't know why you trying to lie. Like, stop trying to lie. Like,
again, I didn't see this coming out. Like, where'd it come from? You know, like, there's been nothing
exactly.
said.
Like, this shit just came out of nowhere.
Nothing said.
Nothing. I haven't said anything about the man at all live. Even on my shit, I ain't said nothing about him. So I don't know where he getting it. I don't know.
But you found me that one time, and I can't stand it. So, you know, I'm gonna try to send somebody to be the lynch mob that I could never be. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like to me. But also the idea, the gall, the insolence, the arrogance to think that you could somehow bully somebody or pay somebody off to fucking be like, get rid of them. Post haste, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the king of New York himself, at least Long Island, fuck New York City, the one and only Falmouth Ken. Thank you for joining us.
You guys. What's up, brother? I live.
Yo,
I'm alive.
What's good?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ryan, what's up?
Hey, what's good? How you doing from the other night, man? We were all checking on you, making sure.
Good.
Was it that good? I got a
huge believe what I did, man.
You got real drunk?
I can't, bro. I drank a whole bottle of fucking Cuervo, man. An entire bottle.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I was only
down the whole bottle.
Yeah, I swear I was only trying to have a couple of shots and then just have some laughs and feel a little buzzy. You know what I mean? And then it turned into I I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened, to be honest
It
with
turned
you.
into
I really don't.
intervention as opposed to
And
intervention.
Dave, the worst thing, all I remember is I remember everything leading up to the point of where I laid down on the floor in the studio, and then I don't remember anything after that.
What was one of those nights, eh?
Yeah, you
I've
did
had
lay on the
multiple.
floor, that's right.
And,
I laid on the fucking floor in the studio, bro. I was that.
Next thing I
guess
know,
was that
I'm walking through the McDonald's drive-through, asking them for my cheese.
I think that's very bad what I did. You know, because it's like something's not right if you're down in a bottle of Jose Cuervo out of nowhere. And I was under a lot of stress because of my car and the holidays coming up and
You are
that
excused,
shit, you know?
good sir. You deserve and you earn these sorts of things.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys,
providing
man,
for your
I'm
family
really,
and working hard.
I'm hurting, bro. Like I am hurting. I really am. Like I'm mentally hurting, you know? And you know, you mix alcohol with it and it's like I don't want to go down that route, man, because I don't want to like get carried away with alcohol, you know? I got enough vices.
But that's the thing,
already,
though. It's
so.
the season. We can give us these excesses as well. Lent is coming up as well, so we can atone for that. But you know, again, tis the season, and again, Ken, you work so hard that you do deserve the ability to get so drunk that the next thing you know, you're again on your floor, because honestly, like you deserve that ability to indulge. That's
Dude, I woke up the next day and Shannon and my daughter Jenna are telling me like where I was, what was happening, and I was laying on the floor in the bedroom at one point. I woke up in a robe, butt naked in my bed. Okay, and I was like, Shannon, how did I get here? And she was like, Kenny, you don't even understand what I had to do with you. And I was like, what did you have to do?
I've been there. I've been there.
Damn.
Bro, I was that hammered. I don't remember the first time. I don't remember shit. The first time ever. You know?
Oh, no. I know I know dealing with a female after that sort of situation, which is
I can't believe I did that, man. I really can't.
He was chugging shit. Like
but
6,
everything
7,
I said
8
about
goals.
the YR shit, bro, is 100% true. Everything I said was 100% true.
Yeah,
man,
and
no doubt.
for anyone to question that, Ken, I think it's very disingenuous or very questionable of their nature. Now, I want to hear about this. Oh, shit, he just left. I was going to introduce Dr. Earl.
Huh?
He was in the general chat, but he just jumped out. But, yeah, I absolutely agree with you there, Ken. Please continue.
Yeah, because you know what? Listen, I was feeling a little good, and I might have embellished one or two things, right? But for the most part, everything that you played and I said, I stick by 1,000%. And I'll tell you this: I got receipts.
When was that, Ken? When did that fucking clip air?
What clip? Which one?
The one that I was playing. The one that you were commenting.
I don't know, dude. I just found out that clip existed when you played it.
But the thing is, though,
it was the other day. It was
Wednesday
night.
When was it? When was it that you talked about?
That was from the Thanksgiving Eve show.
The Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The party,
Okay. So it was literally a couple days ago. The show that I did not watch. So it was Ryan. You were wrong there. It's not 4 weeks ago. Okay. That's where I got my information from. But yeah.
Wait,
so
what?
this is recent stuff, and yeah, that's kind of interesting. $1,000.
No, I think he meant. I think he was meaning that other video, Dave, that he was talking about.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I'm getting confused, and I'm also stuck.
Because Ken in the video said 4 weeks. He was like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, because I was trying to time everything because that's how I knew it was definitely. Thanks, man. That's how I knew it was like my timing was like dead on because that's when that whole tiff happened with Joe and YR to the point where and fucking what's his name, Lampshade over there.
I got it.
And they were all arguing, and it looked like
Mea
no
culpa.
more YR on the coming on the Joe shit anymore, and it looked like that. So that was like, but listen, to clarify, I was offered that way before that too. All right, and he laid out all kinds of shit that now, and I'm telling the truth that I see now on Joe's streams is the gambling and everything. Because that's like one of the things that he said to me that I was kind of like, I didn't even respond to him at that point. But when I heard it, I was like, what's he talking about gambling?
Yeah,
bro? Like, I don't gamble, dude. Like I'm not a gambler, bro. I'm not gonna sit online and complain.
You play those
that I'm on the
poker
balls of my
games there,
ass.
Ken. You're a gambler. You're a
Yeah.
gambler, Ken. You play those poker games.
Yeah, I play $20 poker games like once in a blue moon against my friends. But other than that, I'm not gonna sit there and fucking be gambling money.
No,
You know, I mean, listen, they do what they do. That's their own business. But I'm just telling you what YR said, and it was like he laid everything out, man. You know? So
Yeah.
It's not even a guarantee
Now,
that you
guys,
even
before we
win the
continue,
money
sorry,
from that
guys.
either.
I know.
Hold on. It's going to be a free-for-all in a moment. But before we continue, because I'm going to be going out for a smoke, listening on my phone, I will introduce the one and only It's Bullsy and Dr. Earl Brown. So while I go to smoke that joint and have a cigarette, you guys now have the floor. You guys run the diner. You can insult any of the customers. Go.
I was going to finish the point I was making, Dr. Earl. I don't want to go to shopping on a Black Friday because everybody else is freaking nutso at that time. It's like,
I remember it's like, geez, hell, one time I remember seeing a video of how Black Friday is done in Canada. It's a lot more mature, a lot more subtle, a lot more calm, cool, collected. And it's like here in the States, it's like, gimme. You trample over this person, trample over that person. You know, who cares if I kill him? I want to get all that.
In the U.S., people are just far more entitled nowadays. I always blame the politics and the fucking everybody's a winner at this point. You got fat fucking weirdos walking in. Hey, well, buddy, you can't even move 5 seconds without having to breathe heavy. Come on, get out of here.
I know.
I will never go shopping on a Black Friday ever. It is just a chaos waiting to happen, and I don't have patience for it. Never.
I'm usually work on Black. I'm usually work on a Black Friday, so it doesn't really matter to me. But the thing is, the level of entitlement that these sons of bitches out there feel that they should have is beyond unbelievable. It's because, come on. I mean, we got especially these modern women that today. I deserve to cheat on my husband because he doesn't fulfill my sexual needs. I deserve to have this jewelry. I deserve to have all this. The moment he bitch does that to you, walk the fuck away.
Oh yeah, this is another thing. And
damn, take a breath, Doc.
Hello, what's going on, Ken? And hello, Ryan. We meet at last, my man.
No breaths for you.
Goody, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So I hear you're going to go after YR again. Good for you, my man. He needs it.
Oh my God, bro.
Well, I mean,
bro, need to keep my name.
What did YR
basically what the show's been about for the last
I don't know what's up with
hour
y'all.
or two. But
He's a coward. He's a coward. Yo, let me tell you this. Yo, he talks about me being an elder god. He has issues with God people out there. Like one time, I remember he we could have met a year before we started our music shows, about 2019. I was on my way to Numbers in Houston after getting off my job I had at the time. He called in. Mars Mirror was live. He was with them, and he mentioned, "Hey, I'll meet you at Numbers nightclub, later on." Never saw him. Never showed up. He's like, a year later, I asked what happened when we saw one of our shows. He's like, there's all these goth people outside. It's like, really? What's so bad about that? Like, geez, are you afraid of the goth crowd? Are you afraid of the dark side?
That's funny.
He even did that one time on one of our music shows. Like when he saw the kind of places I hang out, it's like, I'm scared of those kind of people that will do this. Like, shut up. Yeah, he wants to get on the air, do something, make up. Oh, hold on a second. What's up? Use my labels. They should be right over there. That's somewhere, I guess. If not, you probably have to check the supply room there. My bad.
making a phone call.
Right there, yeah.
My name's JB.
There you go there. All right. All right, thank you. Welcome.
No,
All right,
you
there.
find your fucking labels
helping out a
yourself.
customer.
I'm fucking taking a phone call.
It's actually just one of our coworkers. She wanted to find something there.
Fuck 'em.
No.
Coworkers, Dr. Earl, are sometimes very rude. One time I tried to take a call and I'm in the a lunchroom and everybody's like, "Hey, what are you talking, buddy? I'm on the phone. You can't." Oh, that's why I
You
never.
work with a lot of Latinos then, because that's what I've noticed.
Oh, believe it or not, you are right. I do work with
Oh,
Well,
so
the
they
Hispanic
wrote,
kind of
again,
that's more
corrected
so.
the stereotypes. Rather.
And more so the Hispanic, but Latino too.
Joe,
Sometimes.
debate me on race. Rather.
Yeah. But either way, though, yes, I've worked with people like this, and they can be like, "Hey, buddy, I'm just trying to talk. Can you like?" That's why I step outside every time somebody wants
Hey,
to call me.
hombre, what are you talking about? You know, you're on the phone. What are you're talking to one of your baby mama? Like, can I talk to her? You know, like, hey, I'm gonna
It's one of the
interrupt
reasons why I
you.
already beat one of them up, and they never returned to work again. So I have to just put it that way.
I fucking ballsy is hard as fuck. Beating the shit out of coworkers. Fucking, pissing in their helmets, as Casey did. Respect to that. Although, I would have preferred if he shat in the fucking helmet. But regardless, pissing in the helmet, respect. But like, we got Boldy who beats his own fucking coworkers. They never show up. And, then it's a room for an American. No more fucking Latino, Boozy, you got me fighting for my
I got so many stories like 3 years ago about how many people that my job place decided to take in so many shady people, and it just took me staring at them. What the fuck you doing there? Everybody said you just scared him off. Like I know. That's why.
That's scare. I love it. He truly is
I wish. Like they
You're
got
my
some
apprentice.
French. I kid you not. They got some French-speaking people from Africa who look shady as hell, Indians, and I'm like, being these people.
Oh shit! You're getting flooded with the fucking third world there. I could teach you some
yeah.
words, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
so-
mostly mothers, and they would be very mad.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I insulted the shit out of them. That's one. I had to make fun of them.
Yeah,
Like,
but I can tell.
there's
I
one
can
with
teach
an
you to speak French,
instance. Yes.
and then
There's
you'd
one
be very
instance.
insulted.
Antiquity.
There's one instance where like there was 4 obese individuals walked in the room. It just felt crowded already. I looked towards the elephants. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'm seeing the problem here. And they
Yep,
never returned
exactly.
again because I was really mean. And I'm really mean in person, people. I'm just gonna say this. I am very mean unnecessarily. That aside, I've been hearing about YR lately. That's the one thing I
Yep.
really wanted to touch up because, like,
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
donation. I need to talk about this, and I understand where YR is coming from with the money thing. When you're a young dude, I'll put it this way: when you're a young dude making so much money in a short amount of time, you're gonna want to flaunt it. You could have put it that way.
I don't understand why.
Yo, mute yourself, Dr. Earl. Mute yourself. Not cool, dude. Not cool.
Wait, what?
We're hearing a story.
You want to watch?
Okay, and AR-15 on this
Hannah, that's your background noise.
Well, like Doctor, you got to tell your coworkers just not bugging you when you're
How about
talking on the phone, obviously.
Again, logic. Ooh, my mic will pick somebody up. Maybe I should just shut myself up, and we won't have this problem.
One more time now, just in case,
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what? I'm heading in for my joint, which I shortened the life. And I'm going to just mute him as soon as I get to my main account. But yeah, if you want, oh, there he goes. He's gone. All right, back to the actual story that was being described by Bullseye. Please continue.
Yeah, so when I was 20 years old, yes, and I get it. I get what Wire's coming from. When you have so much money, when you're getting so much money in a short amount of time, you're gonna want to flaunt it. It's like, show this off a bit.
He's in his
Get it?
30s, though.
I've
dude.
donated
He's
to
in
more
his
than
30s.
just Joe Cronin. I've donated to plenty of people. I gave to people I thought needed it. It's just how it is. I understand this. I backed up on it about this few years later because, I still need to save up, right? But I was 20 years old, so I understand the idea of getting so much money in a short amount of time and running like, hey,
but you didn't
Have I
get
ever
that
done that?
aspect.
Have I ever done that, Bullseye? No, I don't go
I don't think
crazy
you-
with the donations.
I don't think you have. But I'm just talking about a personal.
The difference is you weren't making demands. Like you would put your
There's
2 cents
there's
in,
more
you
to
would
it
say this
than-
or that, but
Well,
he's making demands and shit,
Well, I'll get to that later because I want to talk about why Wire is doing this. And the psyche of it is behind, I have this money, and guess what? Money reveals its true personality behind it. It just reveals the true person. I'll put it that way. So when somebody wants to has that much money, you're obviously going to want to share it for whatever reason. That's just how we are. That's how we are as humans. I want to give. Hey, look what I have. Let's just do this.
No, because there's been people who have donated to me or to Ken, for example, who'd be like, don't advertise my name. I just want to donate to you because, I like it. And
that's not what I mean, though. I'm not talking about like a advertisement. I'm talking about, hey, I want to give to people. That's what I mean.
No, but there's a difference. There's people who want to gift, and there's people who want to advertise. Wire is the one that wants to advertise. He wants it to be known that he is the one that's donating. Okay, not an anonymous donator. I've gotten anonymous donators in the past.
That's me.
This nigga use fake accounts to donate.
We're talking about like we're talking about a human level. We're not talking about like Wire's intent behind it. And I'll get to that later. I'm going to talk about on a short amount of time. Now, when you bring up like his intent in making demands, that is a very dangerous game to play. And if you know anything about Christian, that is spiritually damaging. And that's why I brought it up in Jave's chat. Like, isn't he a Christian? Isn't that a little bit prideful? And pride is a sin. This is territory Wire's playing. And if he is ever Christian at all, which I always question, when it came to his dildos in his closet, now it's within donations. Hey, do this, do this. It turns into like, okay, buddy, I think you're crossing territories, and if you haven't already, you're definitely doing it now. And when Ken talked about this, it shows that he thinks he can try to control things, and that is egotistical, no matter how you look at it.
It's arrogant and insolent, and it's just like, where do you get the gall to think that you could actually, from your history with Ken, which has been a long one, Wire, where did you ever get the idea that you could dictate to Ken simply by throwing money around when Ken himself denied? Why do people forget history? It's all on my fucking channel. But Ken, when offered money to continue to work with Joe, declined it because it was just too much. This guy was falling asleep on fucking shows and then be made fun of because he made the effort to fucking be there. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, like, the whole thing with YR is not, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, I turned him down, you know what I mean? Because like he never even gave me an opportunity to answer.
Yep.
Most
He
of the
talked to
shit
Joe.
was saying
He
to
talked
me.
to Joe as soon as he fucking sent that message to you, and Ken's like, and Joe's
and
like,
that's
you know
why-
what?
and I
Don't
can't
send that
confirm
money
that.
to the guy. Cut him off.
I can't confirm. I'm just saying the timelines all match up in my mind,
Yep.
and maybe
No,
I'm
they
wrong,
do. I
but
looked
I'm
it
pretty
up.
Sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure that at that same exact moment when he was like all in depth, like offering me all this shit, saying, you know, all that stuff, it was like right around when they had that little falling out for a moment there. But I can't confirm that. You know what I mean? But you know, all this other shit, that's 100%. Like, YR doesn't even really know. Like, I wasn't like trying to trap him in anything. He's the one who like left messages and did, you know, videos and all this shit. So he entrapped himself. You know what I mean? Basically. So, and I'm not trying to like, and I got a little lit, you know, but I'm not trying to blow him up. But you know what? It comes to a point where it's like, you said it before, like how many times can I just like let shit pass by and not mention it or say it? Like I've done it so many times now where I've like, you know, where I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to even mention that because it's just going to cause problems between a bunch of shit.
Yep.
And I'll just shut my mouth.
Because
and
your
I'll just
interest is
move
just
on.
having fun. That's your interest, but
And
you
then it
get
turns around on
dragged
me most of
into
the time,
this.
bro. You know?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think you did
around.
anything wrong by. I don't think you did anything wrong by talking about this because it only just confirms what we thought about Wire in the first place. Like he's
Well, we already knew.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. So
Yep.
like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you did really by revealing it. All you did is confirm everyone's biases about him in the first place.
And it's not
We
going
can
after
mention
him.
all this shit. I've mentioned all of this stuff in previous streams, but not in depth like I did that night. You know what I mean? So I have mentioned this shit, and I have mentioned like little things here and there that YR offered me shit like at one point. And
Well, you were
even
good at
mentioned
not
the
mentioning it
gambling
because
thing.
I didn't fucking pick up on it, you know? So
You know, I've
just-
mentioned it and talked about it briefly here and there, but I had never got into detail like I did that night. But yeah, none of that's fabricated at all. So like, if somebody doesn't want to believe me, that's fine. They don't have to believe me. But this is like the games that have been played with him and a couple other people for years now. So it's like it's not that hard to believe
dude,
when you know.
let me put
workings
this
of the community.
straight. Let me put this straight for a lot of people out there. Okay, so Ken has never shown any reason to distrust him because he's always spoken the truth. So if Ken was right now to say the moon is made of green cheese, you know what? I'd believe Ken because he's never shown any self-serving reason to lie to prove his
No,
point.
I wouldn't fabricate. I wouldn't like make something up like this just to fuck with YR. This is God's honest truth. He said to me straight up, bro, if Ryan is out of the community, okay, not off my streams, not like me being friends with him out of the community, blackball him from your chat, get rid of him in your Discord type of thing, okay? And it might not have even been said in detail like that, okay? It might not have even been in detail like that, but that's the way that it was kicked to me was, get rid of him because I'm not coming into your shit with him around. I am afraid of this guy. I am deathly afraid of what he can do. And my response to him in prior conversations about you was, bro, you did the same thing he has done in this community. So I don't understand why you're so afraid of this guy when you were doing the same shit. So that was, and I've said that to him to his face. He can put his hand on a Bible and lie if he wants, but that's the God's honest truth. And he did offer me basically all that to blackball him out of the community. And that's the truth. I'm not lying. And if everybody thinks I'm lying, that's fine. You can think I'm lying. I don't have to prove anything to fucking anybody. You know what I mean? I really don't have to answer to nobody, bro.
That's the thing, Ken.
Like,
I don't.
They was fucking with me first.
I don't have to answer to anybody, bro, because as far as I'm concerned, all of us, every single person in this community is even. We are all even with each other. We've all played fuck games. We've all done things. We've all said things. We've all been on the receiving side. We've all been on the fucking attack side. So, like, bottom line is nobody owes anything to anybody. All right? Nobody owes money. Nobody owes this. Nobody owes that. And why would I come up here and manipulate a situation like this for no fucking reason at all? What do I have to gain? What do I have to gain?
That's the thing, Ken. I mean, Joe and that is the thing what Joe Conan does. YR is gonna go to that's
who he belongs to. Just wants to go have fucking fun, dude. I just want to have fun and fuck off, and I get these fucking roadblocks thrown at me, and then I get painted as this bad guy from Joe Cronin and all these other people. Look what this guy does. Look at the shit he's doing behind the scenes, trying to get in on my thing with YR and my thing with the. No, fuck you, man. You motherfuckers bring it to me. I didn't interact with these guys. I don't hear none of it.
They always be trying to drag people into shit.
And those same people will be like, "Oh, but Joe Cronin might do something wrong, but how dare you criticize him for wrong things he's done?" That's literally.
I can't even criticize the guy. Here it is, a guy who like played games with him and me for years is in there all up his ass, giving him all kinds of money, and he's sending me messages a couple of weeks ago, and I'm the guy who's the bad guy because I'm interfering in that. I'm interfering.
How are you interfering in that? That is a bigger question. How did you do that?
Well, because maybe that's the story being spun to Joe. And you know what? That might be the story being spun to Joe. Hey, Ken, I don't interact with Ken. Hey, Joe, I don't interact with Ken. I never said anything to him. I didn't I say away. I blocked. I moved on. I don't speak to. Right? But in reality, a couple of weeks ago, he was there. He was saying shit. He was making offers because he thought the bottom fell out. So, and I know the game. You know what I mean? I sit there and I fucking go through the motions. But you know what? It's like, how many times can I sit there and just fuck off and say, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So that's why Wednesday night, I just opened up on it. I said, fuck it. Let's tell the truth. Let's let it all out in detail. Fuck it. You know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'm not looking for anybody to get hurt. I'm not looking for anybody to get upset or hurt over it. I just want people to know where the fuck I am, where I stand in this. Because it's like, I heard some shit from other people. Oh, you're impeding on Joe's shit and you're trying to like fuck shit up behind the scenes and you're manipulating again and you do. I'm like, what?
Actually, Ken, this is a thing I reviewed a while back. Dave, you can recall this, where Joe Cronin was trying to tell Ghost after he got his wrench back and all that stuff. Like, oh, they're in Casey's head and they're gaslighting him and saying all this stuff.
Yep.
And people want to hurt me and this, that, and the other. Like, he was saying this stuff to Ghost. After the fact that he took his wrench away and gave it back to him. And this is prior to the fact that he literally bashes the shit out of him before he deletes his screen when he did it. And then, but then they point the finger at, oh, other people want to hurt me. But
It's
I
always
don't
the same
understand.
old story. It's that community. It's those people over there. It always comes back to the same. Even right or wrong, he's going to protect whatever he's got going on. And you know what? Maybe false information's being fed to him. I don't know. I mean, it may sound that way. Like, I'm not doing anything I don't speak to. I never sent messages. I don't. So who knows? Who knows, bro? With these guys.
And Joe Cronin
Yeah.
does, in fact, send messages. Like, his Patreon people always got messages. Hey, come to watch my show, please.
Actually, people who no longer are on his Patreon get messages. I've been told about this because
Yes,
they're tired of getting all these emails like, "Oh, come back and join Patreon and support me."
Yeah, and it's not like the fact that Joe Cronin isn't being lied to. He knows none of this is really true. He just kind of the thing he does, and I've always talked about how a while back when I met you guys, I got that DM from him. Oh, I'm about to leave YouTube. I've always talked about this. It's not like he doesn't know. He just likes to play this. I'm the victim, and when he tells, I'll put it like this. It's not he does know it's none of us because he's our side before. He's talked with us. He knows dang well we're not trying to fuck with him. It's just easier to play the victim.
At the most, do you agree with this, Bullsy? At the most, it's busting balls when it comes to Joe Cronin.
Yes. At
right?
most. Yeah.
At the most. Not even the other side of that where, at the least, it's them trying to manipulate and fuck with his money.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'll have to agree with that.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. If any of us, and that goes not just only for me, but all of us, Dave, he reviews, anybody that mentions Joe or talks about him or interacted and had something to say, none of us have gone after the throat on the guy. We may have said nasty shit, maybe reviewing or talking about him and some of the shit that he's done and pulled, or the people that he's involved with has done. But none of us have done anything further than bust balls and give our opinions.
Yeah, but Joe is also busted balls. So him still complaining is just like, Joe is also busted balls, okay? I am convinced that Joe Cronin with the water bill is one big fat joke. Otherwise, you cannot convince me that's a grift. If it's a grift, he's either a fucking idiot or his fan base is a fucking idiot. Who knows? But it has to be one big fat joke at this point. There's no way he even thinks people are buying it. No way.
Well, I was gonna play clips where now the totals have been upgraded. So now he owes apparently I think it's 130,000. I have to look this up, but he owes more than $100,000 to the IRS and.
Buddy, how is that even possible?
Wow.
How is that even possible?
That's the question many people have said, and this is something I was going to bring up. I'm glad I've got a full house here, but truth is, maybe it's not. Maybe he's making it up, and it's just a matter of getting donations. I mean, other people have come to this conclusion, have said it to me. I'm not the one drawing this conclusion. I find too many coincidences, but again, it's other people pointing this out, and I can't dismiss these accounts.
It's so obvious at this point. If he's trying to upgrade it, he clearly finds it to be funny. There's no way he's thinking people are buying it.
No, I don't think that you would double down on such a fucking grift if you didn't think people were actually believing it. Also, here's the rundown. So it's $100,000 in debt now, various things, but $30,000 in credit card debt. So that's the note on that.
Wait till his kids go to college.
At this point, he'd be evicted from his house at this point.
Dave, wait till his kids go to college.
Hold on, what was that? What was that again?
I said, wait till his kids go to college.
Yeah, but you know what? That's amazing because you again. I'm not a father, so I can't talk about this. But you're a father too, and you sent them instead of to the convent, as I would recommend. You sent them to college, and you paid that shit, and you're gonna be paying that shit for a while, and you've got other bills to pay. I never once hear you bitching about fucking bills. Because I know, like we talk privately, like I know that you've got bills and stuff, and again, the American medical system is it's robbery. But you don't give a fuck. You just continue to provide for your fucking family. That's a big thing, and you never mention it once. You never complain. And we certainly don't hear you fucking begging for donations for the simplest things, which, again, with simple logic, you would never been in that problem in the first place, right? Again, like water for your kids. But the bottom line is, it's like you just keep going forward, and there's a big difference, I think, that should be acknowledged between what you do and what Joe does.
Yeah, but I can tell you this, bro. I do see how Joe could get fucking in state of depressions, bro, because it's fucking, like, if he does owe any of that money, like even a fraction of it out,
of course,
I'll agree with that, man.
I'll agree
with that.
And
I'm telling you, like, I had a discussion with Shannon. I said, I love Trump because I get these text messages, right, from Trump for like the longest time. These, like, not from him, but from like his people. And I once responded to it because I was pissed like a week ago, and I said some shit back, not bad, but I was like, yo, I blindly fucking have voted for you 3 times in a row. I like go with anything you say. Basically, at one point, I was like that gun ho with you. Like, I'll do anything really you ask of us because I know you have us the good things at heart. But we're not doing as good as you say we are. Because I heard him say the other day, we're doing great. The economy's doing great. And I'm like, bro, if you think we're doing great, you're fucking retarded. Because maybe you're doing great. You're doing great, and you don't realize that not all of us are not doing great. But me and my wife both make over $100,000 a year, okay, at our jobs. And we are on the balls of our fucking asses, okay? And it's maybe because it's both my kids are in college, like you said, and this is why I thought of this. I'm paying a ton of money to put them through college. Yes, and that's my only thing in life that I ever wanted. Dude, like, once I had kids, that was my thing.
Ken,
I want to be able to leave them,
Yo.
Yeah.
In the 50s, you could have a fucking a school janitor making maybe 20 grand a year. They could afford to keep their wife at home to raise the kids, buy a fucking house, and eventually get 2 cars. It's the value of the dollar that has gone down, and that's what a lot of people are saying these days. It's like, holy shit, I make 6 figures, and there's the wife. We're both working fucking hard, and yet we can't fucking afford shit because eggs are fucking so amount, or fucking this is so amount. And it's just like, it's not that you're not valued. It's the fact that the dollar isn't worth shit because it gets deflated.
COVID, bro, once COVID went away, these fucking companies and all these cocksuckers didn't lower their prices because once it came around, they raised everything. And they never lowered it back down. And now we are like 15 years ahead of where we really should be in cost of shit. And it's like, yo, you guys never came down. And Trump even admitted it himself. He said it the other day. Like, a lot of these companies do need to be, looked into because they never came down with their prices and all this shit. Now they're gouging because they know they can get away with it. And it's like, yo, we're not doing great. I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in New York and everything is through the roof. But no, we're not doing great, bro. But that's
the thing. Those other states that are. So it is New York that you're suffering from because you've got these population centers that are dictating to the rest of the state.
Anywhere else, Dave.
What's that?
Like, my wife and I will never make the money we make here anywhere else. Like, Shannon will not make the money.
But hold on.
Makes
okay,
here.
That's true. The money, but since the money has no value, the point is, okay, maybe you would make 50% less. But if you live in a state where you've got less crime, where you've got better
taxes,
exactly. So it's just like it counters. You might not be making as much, but you won't be losing as much by moving to some of these states and stuff. And again,
that's why my brother-in-law got the fuck out of here, bro.
I can't blame him. And I talked to you about.
They live on, dude. They live in nice
your sister,
now, bro. Like, really nice.
In Florida or somewhere else?
No, they live in Carolina. And dude, my brother-in-law put like a fucking resort in their backyard. It's like a swimming pool, fucking like lounge chairs, and like.
I hear the Carolinas are
nice
real nice.
Slating.
Yeah. And
man, it's nice, man.
but you know, even Texas and fucking Florida have a lot of bills and laws, I should say, that protect people, like castle law. What's the other one? Stand your ground.
I would love to move to Texas too. Texas is a great state.
But both of
It
those
really is.
both of those states respect the. And DeSantis the other day said, like, oh, dude, like, this guy is going. I don't know why he ran for president. I think it's behind the scenes theatrics, but basically he's like, there's going to be no Sharia law in Texas. This is a law now. They arrested one guy and just sent him out of the country and stuff, deported him. They're encouraging other people to be there and attract, talent. It seems like a great place to go, and just because you might not be making as much working in Texas doesn't mean that you're not going to get all these other positives when it comes to living
so many more
living
positives,
conditions.
bro. Yeah, so many more positives. Just better people, better surroundings, just better laws, better fucking, just everything's better.
And yeah,
New York is just a shithole.
I can understand that, this is your place. This is where you grew up and stuff. But
it's different.
You remember
It changed.
Rocky from the Super Ugly show?
Yeah.
That guy moved to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Texas.
and he
He's on my
loved it,
Instagram
last
and
I
shit.
heard.
This guy owns a fucking house that I would consider a mansion. And this is normal in
Yeah.
fucking Texas. The fucking prices even. But like, this house is huge. And
it's fucking awesome.
yeah, and but like, he even talked about it. It's just like, I'll be paying less on this. I'll be having more money on that. And
you can walk around with a gun now.
and that's
Yeah.
also true. So basically,
Yeah, you
there's
walk
pros
around
and
with a gun
cons.
in Florida.
Yeah, you can.
But I know that you talked
That's
about
a nice thing.
eventually retiring and getting yourself an RV and touring America. I know that's one of your dreams
Yeah.
there, Ken.
I would love to do that, man. That's a
Hopefully we
dream.
can walk around with a gun in Arizona, despite we have Katie Hobbs as our governor. So
Yeah,
she's
Arizona,
not really.
that's a state that I've considered moving to. It's the right
It's a good
temperament.
retirement state.
I know.
It's a good retirement.
I don't care. I don't care about the old people. But what I care about is dry heat.
No, that is a good state, man.
Dry
That is.
heat, and guns. And Arizona
Yeah,
has
hell
both.
yeah.
You know.
It reminds me of the
Here's
movie
one
Raised in
problem.
Arizona.
Yeah, one problem with Arizona is that the construction is very, very goddamn slow.
I grew up in
Especially with
Toronto. There's 2 seasons: winter and construction. So I think I can handle it. And dude, today I woke up. I was gonna talk about this earlier in my show. It's not about me, blah blah blah. But still, it was a long, fucking hard day. Crazy. I'm not even gonna go into the details. But I woke up to 2 feet of snow, and I had. You're gonna have to translate to American, but it was at least 10 to 15 meters of distance to get to the road, which wasn't plowed, and it was 2 feet of snow, that entire thing. And
Oh man.
I woke up early and still made it out somewhat late, but got to work on time, like by God's grace that I did, because the side roads and the different
That sucks.
directions that I had to take to get to work this morning early, despite the fact that the city was just retarded when it came to clearing snow, by the grace of God. It was
Well,
a fucking
anybody that
nuts
wants to know what 10
day.
meters in feet is, well, it's basically 30 feet. So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And 2 feet, and again, snow squalls and fucking, oh man,
Oh,
it was, yeah, I'm feeling it, dude. I'm fucking feeling it.
Yeah. But either way, though, about Arizona, it's okay still, but a lot of the farmland has been disappearing because they've been doing a lot of construction, so a lot of farmland has disappeared for the illegals and for the retarded Californians. So there you go. Still a good state for the most part. Just dodge the traffics that are trying to kill you for no reason, and
Ken took off. Looks like.
nah. By the way, though, 10 meters, I got 230 feet. That's the math.
Thank you for translating to
By the
American.
way, yeah, try to translate my best the way I can. I'm a great translator, but only
Numerical.
on math
A numerical translator, yes. We need you on the team. Indeed.
Yes, unfortunately, math is not a strong suit in America either, though. So it's okay to be retarded.
It doesn't seem to be. But
yeah,
you know, again, I blame the teachers because they suck. They don't know how to teach.
they do suck. Oh, they do suck. I kid you not. They are horrible. I have heard stories about teachers in my high school that would walk out because their feelings were hurt. There's one like, I'm done with this, and just stormed out. Oh, that person kept his job, but voila, he was there. That's our teachers nowadays. They're the type of people to throw a temper tantrum and walk away. That was literally high school teachers. I kid you not. That's how bad it is. And now they're teaching us a critical race theory as if somehow that exists. But that aside, I think that's enough of the intersection political talk. What I also like to think about is why YR started donating to Joe Cronin of all things. We already know that it's the cultist mentality that you brought up. My thing about this when it comes to donations, you guys already brought this up. YR always wanted a belonging, but the way I always saw it was YR always was just a lonely person, I guess, and he always like searched for belonging. And the moment he got the money, it gave him some sort of like high authority to just flaunt it. So therefore, he can go to Joe Cronin and say, "Hey, gamble it away." So
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly what it feels like, huh?
Keith Buck,
Yeah,
baby.
so it's
my Keith Bucks.
Yeah, so basically,
Keith
it
Bucks,
is a
Cam.
sense of authority. There's a sense of authority YR derived from it. And yeah,
Yes.
let's be honest, money can't be power.
Bullseye, what do you think of my
Yep.
assessment? I
wrong on
went
that.
over it multiple times, but again, you have the two options. You either have a trust fund that continues to delve out funds from a death, again, dead man's money, or it's a lump sum that gives the hubris to YR to think that he can dictate. Again, of all people, he thinks that he's going to be like dictating to Ken. He never had that gall before. What changed? Keith Bucks, okay? Or Dead Man's Bucks, whatever you want to call it. But the
Keith
bottom
Bucks.
line, again, yeah, bottom line. And
Something changed.
Ryan, maybe you can make it happen because you're an artisan when it comes to the
What that
AI.
is.
Again,
you have a picture of him?
yeah, I can get you a picture of him. But yeah, basically Keith Bucks. But yeah, please continue, Bullseye.
Yeah, so you asked me about the assessment. I can't really come up with any other assessment outside of how he got the money. Some people said, "Oh, he worked."
No, I'm
that money.
asking. No. What do you think about my assessment? Do you think that I'm onto something? Do you think that perhaps there might be some truth?
I think you could
to
be
the
onto
two
something.
different theories that I'm
Honestly,
providing
Dave,
two
there's
different
no-
theories.
He started splurging money out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. But
he's a
that's the thing.
producer
What
on
Mark
Joe
Pryor?
Croni's
Hold
podcast.
on. What Mark Pryor? Fucking blocking his best friend, Dr. Earl, after the longest time, and their shows that they were committed to. So he blocks
And they
Dr.
met
Earl,
in real life.
and they met in real life, and he blocks Ken at that point. Then he unblocked him, blah blah blah. But that's the thing, though. At that point, that was the turning point. What
Being a
happened?
flip-flopper.
What happened? Was it the Keith Bucks?
It's
Just
the
nigga
only
that shit
assessment
right
that
there.
stands at this point. It can't be anything else.
Yeah, it can't be anything else. Like, what's
Yeah,
what the motive?
unless he-
the
unless
motive
he-
is.
Unless he planned a perfect heist and just got all the money, then I don't know what else is the idea. Did he
Well,
rob
I
a
mean,
bank?
how long were YR and Keith friends before he passed?
Years.
Well,
7 to 10 years. No, I'd say 8 years. I'd say 8 years because I think Keith came around in 2016 on Joe's show because I started 2014, but I think it was about 2016. So 2016 to 2010, or is it 2020? right?
It's 2025. Since
Sorry,
well, like if you're
2025.
talking
My
about
bad.
how
That's
long.
right. He died this year. Why do I think it's 2020? I'm living in the past, guys.
Because like it's because last year sometimes feels like yesterday.
Indeed, that should be a song. I would love to see you in a music video, Bullseye, sing that line. But please continue.
Funny enough, I'm trying to practice my singing voice, but then I realize I hate singing because I want to be able to perform the songs I make instead of like have AI sing it for me. Like,
go do karaoke.
The nigga probably out there selling his asshole to make that money for real, for real. He'd probably be out in
No,
the strip.
this is dead man's money, bro. This is dead man's money. I can fucking
well,
promise you
here's
that.
the thing about YR. He's not. I mean, he's the
Either
type
that
of,
or he one of them gay apps.
But
getting
don't get me
jacked.
wrong. He is half a fag, but what
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking is
he'd be
YR
paying.
is not.
He'd be paying for anal surgery to tighten that shit up if that was the case. No. This is fucking. This is dead man's money. This is dead man's money. By the way, I just posted in the drama channel a picture of Keith that was posted on his obituary. So Dave Rose got another one. How about that?
Speaking of like Keith Barber, you just showed a video of YR doing a rap song with some Hispanic.
YR, what are you
bald
talking
dude.
about? His name's Jay Knopf. Jay Knopf, son. Represent
I don't know
Texas
about
North
you.
Side.
I don't know about you guys, but that looked
Skinwalker.
like a Keith
He
Skinwalker.
was in his black stage. He was in his black stage then.
That's right,
He was
his
a wigger.
black stage.
No, I kid you not. That looked like the guy who was hanging out with looked like another Keith Barber 2.0. I don't know what you're thinking, but that looked a lot like Keith Barber. Maybe he's just.
Anyone got any
And, like,
old Keith Barber raps?
Rastafari, and I need to go to the bathroom. Oh my God, my words is like shit, bruh.
Let me go to the public park, watch the kids, yeah.
I heard like Keith Barber. Keith Barber was also a fan of Lockjaw as far as my knowledge goes, because he would always like, yeah, Lockjaw makes great videos and stuff.
He the type to go watch Gigolos.
Yeah.
He the type to go watch ICP.
Yeah.
Catch it, man.
He honestly, like, I'm not sure. I still don't know how to feel about Keith because I hear about the masturbation story in front of 12-year-old girls, and it's just like, is he
labeled him
really
as a pedophile
all
because that's what
that?
he people said that he was a pedophile.
He admitted
I
it to
can't
it,
fuck
too.
with no pedophile.
And
That's what he admitted to.
He also admitted
like that.
when he was asked if he could go back in time and be like, yeah, I'd go back to when I was 12 years old and I'd have sex with a 12-year-old.
Whoa.
Did he actually say that?
Dude, why would I say something that I'm not truthful on? Okay, I'm not YR.
Shit.
That
I was
is.
gonna say another
that is
name, but you know,
strange.
I didn't
understand
drive.
how Keith is, but that is so strange for
But
somebody to say.
Bullseye, I didn't drive up to your gated community that had no gate and then claim that I was thwarted by an invisible gate and then drive back
And turn around
1,000 miles.
Yeah, that's my favorite story because like I reviewed that. It was like, so I just went back home.
Yo said he went to a gate and the shit was too high and turned around. Like, what?
You can't drive through that shit?
Well, I mean, he's only like
Cat.
5'2" or something, so I guess like 6
he
foot
is
is too
short.
high for him. So you never know.
He got a stance like a rat. Like
That's just too
Splinter.
skinty. Oh, I kid you not. This guy, same guy, made
I
a
would say
fake
a
page of
retarded
look at
kangaroo, but
look at my
That
page
Grapes
stub,
Cherry is
and
him.
he's mine.
That Grapes Cherry channel is Scott.
it is.
Truth
I
is
know.
back. They ain't he ain't never told no truth. He need to stop that cap. Put that cap back in that cap.
I was for some odd reason notified by a Scott video short. Like I was not even tagged. Like, why am I getting this? He was making a pizza, which looked good. I'll give him that. I guess he's making pizzas.
I think I
good on
reviewed
you,
that.
buddy.
I think it was a vegetarian
Yeah?
pizza. But yeah.
What is he, 12? This nigga making pizzas like somebody give a fuck?
But I mean, at least
fuck
he's
what he
doing.
do.
At least he's doing something productive. I posted, but you know what? Hey, good for you, I guess. I don't know why I was fight
Well, I
about
make
that. But
pizzas. I make homemade pizzas, not vegan pizzas with fake.
Still,
meat.
he a snake too though, because he be in the bushes and then he act like he don't be in the bushes, and then when you call him out on the shit, then he act like he playing victim and shit.
yeah,
Like
but
he
I just
another
found out.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird that I got notified about that. Like, I'm not even sure what that means. Like, why am I seeing this YouTube? Hey, like, whatever.
Like, did y'all see what he said to Ken in the chat the other night, talking about, oh, I heard something through the grapevine about, oh, you said I was a bad boxer or something, or da da da, something dumb, bro.
No, he is a bad boxer for one, and two.
Yeah, but that's the
I
thing,
saw
though. I
that.
talked about that shit
Like, he
moons
was trying
ago.
to say
Many
Ken was
moons
a-
ago, I talked about that shit, and I showed videos of him posting these videos of him boxing very poorly, and I critiqued the body forms and such, and I'm not the only one, so let's just be
I
honest
think
here.
my breakdown was very solid and very easy to go off of, to be quite frank. The only thing is like he has not improved.
Quite right, yeah.
Yeah. So like again, since we're on the subject, poor form, fat-footed, hands open, hands in front of his face. He's moving around like he's dodging, but he's punching a bag. He's not really.
He ain't got no footwork, and don't forget about
He's-
no footwork. No
That
footwork.
doesn't mean by-
No, he's got
that's
tippy
what I mean
toes.
by
He don't
flat-footed.
even know how to. He
Got-
don't even know placement.
Got them tippy toes, yo.
Actually,
jab
Ryan
or
the Hill.
nothing.
Got
Ryan
them
the Hill.
tippy
What I
toes.
mean by no footwork is literally flat-footed. He has no footwork.
Yeah,
Flat-footed
I
is no
know.
footwork.
Bro, I'm already hit.
Didn't
He don't know. That's what I'm saying. He
You know
don't
what?
know how to know.
I'm
he don't
looking
know no
forward to the
footwork.
videos that he will make tomorrow or tonight, and that we can watch tomorrow.
Probably make like 5 of them.
How dare you talk
No,
about
let him.
He'll
after
include
what you've
Wild
done in
in
this
there.
community, please. Again, I'm never surprised that people make videos criticizing me. I mean, look what I've done. Hurt a lot of people simply with my words, but I've done it.
They need to get out of that mentality. They need to stop acting like little kids and
No,
stop.
it's never gonna
acting
happen.
like
These people are
coddled
emotionally
cucks.
scarred forever, dude. Simply us being us, they just can't accept it. So they will forever be obsessed with us.
Brother.
They can't move on and actually have their own hobbies and stuff.
Bro, these niggas gonna be 60 years old still
Well,
thinking about
what
me.
guy has to post his hobbies? Hey, look at me, guys, and look at me make a pizza.
Yeah, you know what? When I'm enjoying my hobbies, I don't film myself because I'm enjoying my hobbies. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If he
I
wants
don't have
to
the
be a
time to
vlogger,
fucking film
hey,
this shit.
listen-
When I make my
You know what?
content, I'm not thinking about them.
Yeah, you know what? Since it's Scott McCannon, like he has to post his hobbies. He's done so many things for a guy who claims to be a Christian, saved by the Lord. If he at least attempt to,
He
not
don't even
think
know
about
what a
it.
left, right, up, cross mean. I bet you if you
Well,
ask him what
I
that
kid
is,
you
he'd be
not,
like,
Ryan. Ryan, you got to hear this. I kid you not. He made a video once upon a time with the cross going, by Christ Chucker energy.
Hold it. What did you say?
Wait, what?
He literally made a video once upon a time holding up his cross going, I'm turning my Christ Chucker energy box. It's just like,
Hold on. What you
Is he
just said,
serious?
I did not understand. I just heard
Something about a Ouija board?
Say it slowly. Say it slowly.
my Christ Chucker energy buy.
My Christ Jerker energy buy?
Yes, he
What the
might say
hell-
something like
what
that,
the
but I
hell
mean
is that?
chakra. I mean chakra.
I don't know what that means.
Chakra. You don't know what chakra means?
Don't nobody ever
chakra?
understand what Scott McKinnon mean.
Indian-
Understand?
Indian.
Nobody ever know what he's
It's
saying.
Hindu. It's a Hindu belief of like 7 stages of the body where the inner stuff. I go in depth into it.
It's pronounced chakra.
He must
I
be
really
going through
pronounced
an
it.
Indian stage. You know,
I've
he's maybe
been
going through
pronouncing it
stages like a
chakra this
woman.
entire time. The CH. As far as I know. But yeah, he did make a video
I'm
saying
a
he's
cunning
channeling
linguist
his-
myself. I think I can speak on the matter. Indeed.
Yeah. Yes, chakra,
So
chakra. What he did say is channeling his Christ chakra.
Oh no. Oh yeah. So I think you might be confusing things, Bolsey, but I believe you're talking about the video where he was referring to both Christianity and Hinduism and equating chakras.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay,
That's
so
what I
that
said.
happened a while ago. I do remember reviewing it and stuff, and I thought that your review was hilarious because, again, that you can't mix the two. It's either it's Christian belief or it's Hinduism, but you can't sort of merge the two.
It's kind of what he's been doing this entire time now. Like, you're gonna get your karma.
That's
then,
not
well,
how it works. I already explained
Nigga
this
been saying that
multiple
shit for
times.
years and ain't nothing ever happened.
That's not how it works, though.
He's always
They're
trying
all
to
cap.
merge.
But you
He's
can't.
always trying to, for some reason, merge Hindu with Christianity. I don't know why, but that's what he does.
He want to be above everybody, but he need to. He is not the program, and why are not the program either? They need to just learn their place and sit the fuck down.
Fuck that. I got
Stop worrying
$1,000
about
a week to
everybody.
prove you wrong, nigga. I'm gonna fucking tell
Right,
Ken.
Stop
And
worrying
you know
about
what? Fuck it.
everybody.
Now I tell Joe. I dictate to Joe because I'm the puppet master confirmed. I pay him $1,000 a week to do whatever the fuck he wants. That's the reality that we're seeing here, people. Can we not just get to the point where we
Shit
just
crazy.
admit this is what's going on? I mean, he's got the
Like,
money.
none of this shit would have even been brought up if Ken wouldn't have said all that shit happened. Then the nigga trying to rebuttal and say, "Oh, I didn't never say that. I don't have $1,000." But you be
great
donating
damage.
big money to Joe.
Yeah, trying to damage control shit. But I'm just blown away that he'd be willing to blow that money because you hurt him so bad that he's like, fuck it, I'll just pay you off, Ken.
Shit,
And to have the gall to think that.
and you stay away.
What was the history between Wire and Ryan that would make Wire even go?
Well,
"Yeah,
okay,
get rid of Ryan."
a very simple explanation. He
Wire and
fucked
SC sent the
around,
pizza to my house,
and now we
Scott,
found out.
and they was fucking around. Yeah, and then he basically what Dave said. He was fucking around and he found out. He thought I was sweet and I'm not sweet, and I told him like stop
Simple.
fucking around and
Yeah.
And
You gave him
yeah,
warnings.
shit
Again,
happened.
I witnessed that shit. You were like warning the guy, and others. It's
It's
like,
fun to
dude, you
fuck
want to fuck
around.
around? We can dance, but it's just like you don't want to see this. Fucking this guy, we don't believe him. Blah blah blah.
Like he kept trying to associate with people trying to go against me and trying to group up on me and shit, and like.
But you do
trying to, like,
remember,
do
you do
all this
remember
dumb
when he
doxing
was sort
shit.
of
It's like, dude.
dismissing you, where it's just like, fuck it, like you're all talk, Ryan, you won't do shit, and just like, I won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
And
like,
then
oh,
the next
yeah.
thing you know, these people are fucking quivering, begging for fucking Ken or other people, like, please, senor, tell Ryan, tell King Meow Meow to not hurt me. I can't stand it no more. This
reaching
is
out to
so
random ass
dangerous.
people. They was reaching out to random people trying to tell me to like, yeah, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
Yo,
It's
they
like,
also
well, why
they
the
also
fuck was
blame
y'all
me.
fucking with me in the first place.
They also said that I was the one
told
that
y'all.
fucking gave you the fucking info. I was like, no, guys, like this guy fucking, he did his fucking footwork and he fucking earned
But
this
then-
shit. Like,
Yeah, but then they wanted to throw you under the bus and say, oh, it was I'm afraid of Ryan and Dave. It was all me that
I
did
think
whatever.
I remember kind of all this now because
I'm
I
not-
was even
I don't
lumped in
take-
with this.
I don't take.
Bro, it's like 2 years of this shit now, going on 3.
Yeah,
Going
but
on
I
3
don't-
now.
By the way, I was even blamed for manipulating Ryan the heel for hating. I don't know how I got lumped in it, but I think I know.
Like, I
now.
never
So
did
basically-
nothing to them, bro. Like I never did nothing to them, bro. Like they always was just talking shit, and I always responded back. That's it.
A lot of
Okay,
false
so let me
accusations.
let me
A
just
lot of
run it
false
down.
accusations going out.
So let me run this down. So basically, they try to threaten Ryan, and then Ryan just retaliated. Is that what I'm hearing? Right. Hello.
I mean, I don't know about threatened, but like they doxed.
So they
sent
doxed
pieces
you?
to the crib, and
Yeah,
on their program, yeah.
Yo, Ryan, you're
Okay,
playing it
so-
down. You're downplaying
Right,
this
they're-
shit. Like, yeah, they basically said, Ryan, you're a target, and we're gonna try to fucking ruin you, and we're gonna send you fucking pizzas and shit. So at that point, Ryan's like, okay, you want to play? Then let's play, and that's what happened.
So
And then it
so
stopped.
YR
Then it fucking
Pretty much.
stopped. As soon as Ryan
So-
fucking exerted fucking force on these people, reminded them.
Yeah, all that shit stopped.
That
Yeah,
stopped.
all that shit stopped. You ain't hear from nobody. YR went
Mhm.
silent. RP went
No more
silent. Paul,
pizzas.
all them niggas went silent. Yeah, no pizzas came to the nothing. Nothing happened except for a couple like trolls that would come in the chat, but I already knew who
No,
that
in
was.
real
so
life, nothing fucking happened.
same people. But yeah, in real life, nothing happened.
But once Ryan exerted his force because they were fucking with Ryan, and Ryan was like, "Okay, fine. You want to play in real life? Let's play." As soon as that fucking happened, it stopped. No, that's not fucking coincidence because coincidence does not exist.
So basically, YR is responsible for doxing Ryan
And
then
encouraging other people to fuck with him.
Yes.
And then when it comes
Yes.
back and blows
Yeah.
up in their face,
Scott
oh my
was
God, I'm the
encouraging people to
victim. I'm the
report my channel.
victim.
So
Yeah,
YR is
they
also
were trying to
wanting
get people to report my channel and shit. Yeah, they foul for that.
Yep.
So YR is also now complaining about the same guy that he went out and
Yeah, he's done that before, dude. He attacked me, I attack him back. Oh, I'm the victim.
Nigga cried victim. Yeah, exactly. Nigga cried victim.
So
you
basically,
gotta write in your
YR
book,
is just the
nigga
same
tried
guy
victim.
who plays these games and then wonders why he receives it, and it's just like
He being a
maybe don't
narcissistic,
do it.
manipulative bitch. That's what he being.
This is the same thing I said before to people always. If you don't want it, maybe don't start, maybe don't do it.
Logic.
It's yeah, but it turns into but like they did this to me. Well, it's gonna come right back. It's like how many times have I had to explain this to people, like to Scott, like don't worry about other people, worry about yourself. Do this factional
Exactly.
why do these people attack me? Because you attack them. I mean, I can't, is this rocket science?
They keep thinking I'm these other people, bro. Like I'm my own person and I do what I do.
Yeah, he doesn't make
And
fake
if I feel like
accounts
I'm
and
being
shit.
threatened,
Unlike all the
I'ma
critics that
go
are
at you.
attacking you. Oh, you make fake accounts.
Like,
Like,
I'm not
nigga,
these other people
this
in
is
the
like your
community.
5th fake account. You know?
Yeah, I'm not these other people in the community. Like I'm myself, bro. So like if you come at me sideways, I'm gonna come at you sideways, and that's what I felt. So if they want to play victim, then fuck them. Stop being a
And
bitch and
another
hop
thing
off my
is, like,
dick and keep my name out your mouth.
I'm surprised RP was part of that. Like,
yeah, nah.
idiot,
Well,
like-
how are you
bro,
surprised?
it
He's
would be
malicious.
all three of them. It'd be like 5 of them, just all talking, making live streams about me and shit. I remember one time they invited
RP
Joe
might-
Cronin. They tried to include him, but then Joe wasn't biting because he's just like, well, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Joe wasn't
Yeah,
even
I'm
trying to play
surprised-
into that shit.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that RP still commuting around with us at this point. If he's even like, there's so much to talk about, but RP even pulling that stunt, like, who would want to deal with him at that point? Like, he's even part of that at this point. Like, why even talk with these people?
They be playing both sides. That's what's wrong with them. Like
Yep.
YR, RP, all of them. They all play both sides. Scott, all of them play both sides. They don't know
So
what
they
side
want
they
to
want
be
to be on.
heroes. So they want to play make believe
They want to be
heroes.
these they want to be these anti-heroes and shit, but they always be failing and they always be getting clocked. They clockable. These niggas clockable, bro. I'm telling you. Clockable.
There's
I've
no
argued with
other
all of
word
them.
that I connect so much with current day slang. Again, like I didn't even need a definition from the young ones. You know, fucking Ryan said this,
Like
and
they-
I was like, you know what? Shit, I get that shit. I get that fucking reference. I know exactly what you're fucking talking about. Clockable, it works.
No, they always be sitting there nothing ass, freeloading ass, coddle ass. Man, I can read my book all day.
You know what's
That's
weird?
fucking
Like, only,
clockable.
like why are I've argued with the same people, like YRSC, RP, they never try to pull that stunt. The only person that ever tried to pull a stunt of trying to pull in personal information was Tony on me. And that was a while back. So it's just like for
Always
the
trying to
late
fuck with fuck with somebody else. You always be trying to fuck with the same people. Like, why don't you go fuck with somebody else?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's the weird thing. Like
then
these
you keep
same
losing.
people
You're not gonna
will pull, like the same people will go after the randomest people for who knows what reason, for none, and it's just like why? Like,
And let me
why
remind y'all
that
one more
person of all
time.
people?
Let me remind y'all one more time. I have not said nothing about YR or any of them at all
Fact check
recently. So I don't know what's going
Months, at least months.
They just
You
always
haven't
want
said
to bring
shit.
me into some shit, and then they always cry victim and be going to, you know what I mean? Like, stop that, yo, stop that. Because now I'm getting sick of the games, bro, and really, I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna just move in silence, bro. So when something happens, don't even, you know what I mean? Don't even, yeah. Don't worry about it.
No, they're living in the
Keep your
past
eyes
where
open.
let's be honest here, they're still living in the past. They thrive
Exactly.
on.
They still think it's
They remember
2016.
Yeah, well, they actually think it's 2020 and 2021 where everybody's, for some odd reason, still fighting with each other, but that's where they live in. And
They just
honestly,
live
like,
off drama. It's
we're
like
past
every
that
other
point.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like every other
And
month they want to start drama. It's like, bro.
funny
Why?
enough, Ryan, anytime I hear about Joe Cronin, it's more drama over on that show than it is over on the Drama Diner or any other show.
That
Isn't that
is
ironic?
true. That is true. It always comes from over there, and then we always talk about it over here.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Wire is done with drama, but anytime anybody hears anything, it's drama, and he's usually on. Anytime, like, maybe we're
But then he
not
be
the
acting
obsessed ones.
clueless.
Maybe
He'll be
we're
acting
not the.
clueless.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe we're not the obsessed ones. That's all I'm saying. You never know, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's not us. It's them. They need to let shit go. Find something else to do. Stay off the internet for a while or something. But they can't do that.
They gotta worship their Joe Cronin, you know? Adultery at its finest. Honestly, it's
That's
blonde.
why I say it's a JCS cult. That's why I call them the JCS cult, because it's a cult. They always be
Talk
doing
about
dumb
the
shit.
tribalism. I've talked about the tribalism a lot in pro wrestling. Yes, it is very much existing in the Joe Cronin community. Much more so than I've witnessed.
Behind the scenes, on scene, everything. Like shit crazy.
Yeah.
Different communities, sectors of everywhere.
To be fair, though, I think the cult has always existed in some degree. It's just more transparent now because at this point it's just like, what's you gonna do, right?
Wait, say that last part again.
Because it's just more transparent now because it's just obviously it's transparent. You see it. It's just
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can just. It's always been seen. People just be. They want to turn a blind eye. They don't acknowledge it. Or some people just don't give a fuck.
But that's why I
and
say
they just want to see the drama.
Yeah, but hey, that's drama over there. Like they won't admit it, but anytime you hear anything about it, it's drama. Joe Cronin taking Ghost's wrench away and bitching to him and saying, "There's a clip of saying, why don't you go die with Ghost?" And then he deletes the stream. Then all of a sudden, Ghost donates, gets his wrench back, and they're cool again.
I want to ask Ghost a question real quick, and I'm not coming at him sideways or nothing, but how do you know that YR isn't doing nothing? Are you with him every day? Do you talk to him every day? Because, like, that's all. I just want to ask that question.
By the way, we've got the one and only
Because I don't think
Earl.
I don't think you really know what's going on, bro.
They're in the call.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
Hey, Dr. Earl.
What up?
Yeah, sorry about earlier on. I got called in to do an immediate task at my work, but I got that done, so I'm back on the call. And let me throw a few things about YR. You know, I still get angry over the times he would bring SC Steve, Jacob R. Pewee, he'd bring in Keith many times, all these other people on our old music show, Metal Maniacs. And like all of a sudden things get thrown off the line. We'd be talking about this, we'd be talking about that. I'm still pissed off over the Black Sabbath discussion that we were supposed to be doing. All of a sudden, Keith joins in the call, and then the rest of the show was about it was not about Black Sabbath, it was about Keith and how he's been doing, what's going on with him. In fact, here's another thing I remember. He was on another call, and he was trying to defend Keith, saying that Keith is innocent. He was framed, and no, he wasn't. He admitted it on Joe's program of what he did. It's like, hello. It's like, why are you that in need of some online buddies that you're just willing to take whoever
yes,
you
the answer
can?
is yes. Dr. Earl, the answer is yes. He's desperate. He's
Wow.
desperate. He freaked out when he met you in real life. Like you could never meet somebody that you met off the internet in real life, which I was doing before the internet was the internet. And
Bro, this man was surprised that me and Shaft could be friends after we had a little argument. Like, he was so surprised that we can be cool after that. It's like, you ain't real, yo. You ain't real at all if you think that. And you won't have no real friends. You just have internet people. So you think you could do whatever you want and you won't suffer no consequences later in life.
It's like, yeah, and he got put in his place real quick, that's for sure. And props to you, Ryan, for doing that to the guy. And now, ever since that happened, he's been like afraid of Dave. He's been afraid of you, Ryan. He's been afraid of this, afraid of that. It's like, I remember a few times where I would bring up Dave. Exactly. That's what I told him. You may remember
you're
that
not being
one.
a man if you think that. You being a whole pussy ass nigga for real, for real. You being a whole bitch if you think that, bro. Stop worrying about me. I don't worry about you at all. Like, come around the community if you want. Come around Kansas. Do whatever you want, bro. Just keep my name out your mouth and stop trying to stir a little bullshit up for you get smacked up. Like, chill out, bro. I'm sick of this nigga, bro. Like, I'm sick and tired of him, bro, for real. Y'all have no clue. You've been dealing with this for years, bro.
I've been done with him for God knows how long. I admit I took up as much as I can of SC Steve being on the call. I've dealt with him, trying to mock me a couple of times on many of our shows with the Arnold voice, the Dracula voice. It's like, geez, YR, come on, man. Quit being a bitch. Quit being a pansy. I'm like, come on. I would invite him to the castle, but however, like Jacob R. Pee-wee, he'd be afraid. He'd be too scared to go in. He'd be too one of those shibby tibbers type of guy. Come on. He's a pretty cats. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Earl, like one of the last times I heard SC and YR on the call, they were emoting on your show. I was just like, anybody like why are they doing that? Like, it's just
I don't know. Is he secretly gay? Is like for crying out loud? That's what I want to know. Because remember, he did that AI video of me and him kissing each other, along with Joe and Bullfrog kissing one another. And let's not forget the AI video that he put on his channel of me, Bullfrog, lifting up our shirts, trying to dance provocatively. Dr. Stripper, he put that on X at one point. Me ripping off my clothes when I was doing a selfie outside, doing a strip tease. What the fuck is up with that?
Honestly, like, it's only confirming that Wires on a closeted homosexual. Like, at this point, you might as well just come out, man. It's too obvious. Like,
he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it when people question that.
He want fuck Joe. He want Joe.
Now, again, this is very typical of homosexuals that they're looking for a father figure. So basically,
fuck a father figure. He want that dick. He want that dick in his booty.
No, but that's the thing, though. He's looking for love from a father figure, and he equates that as, again, homosexual sex. So.
Yeah, but then again, in YR's case, he probably never had a mother figure because apparently his mother died when he was a young boy, from what I understand.
Again, that's what happens often is that there's no mother figure, and you've got an uncaring father figure, and that leads to homosexual tendencies.
Exactly.
It's facts.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. Prince Idol last time called in the Ken show. He just randomly brings up that he was stripper dancing with YR on camera. I'm just like, please.
I remember hearing about that. It's like, what? Are you crazy? Are you serious about that? Come on.
I was telling them, we don't even need to know about this. Well, why you're saying this? YR and I were doing much weird shit. And it's, you know what? By the way, I came across that video and I found it. And yes, it's true. Prince Idol and YR danced like strippers.
Well, Keith is supposed to be doing some Jamaican rapping, if you want to call that that. I saw that one. I tuned in one time for about half a second, saw what was going on, left immediately. Come on, give us a break.
Like, I really, honestly, like at this point, again, YR, obvious. You're a closeted homosexual. Play with dildos, okay? Making videos of men kissing each other, it's weird. There's videos of you dancing like a male stripper. Plus, on top of the fact that I showed this many times, or you're dancing in the trainee clothes while Scott records. I'm not joking. You've done all this. You might as well just come out and say, yep, you're gay. Why even pretend to be a Christian?
If not Scott, probably 13 yards through the windshield. I'm sure Ryan Bosey, you've seen that one short that person uploaded on their channel of an AI meme shooting YR's head off.
Oh boy. Well, if he does go that far, it's too late for him. Too late for him.
Exactly. Yep. It's called
be-
Dr. Earl teaches YR a hard lesson.
Yeah. Quite frankly, if YR is a real Christian at all, if he is even a real Christian at all, why even do any of the things he's done? Why moan? Why have dildos? Why even make AI videos of that sort?
I know that's old news. Come on, man. That's old fucking news. How many times have he done it on our music shows? How many times has he done it on other shows? If he's trying to get a rise, it's not working. The only rise he's going to get is, I don't think he's only getting a rise from the real homosexuals out there. The gay dudes. They're going to hear that. It's like, fuck this guy. I'd rather not.
Well,
and meanwhile, every Saturday, I'm up meeting with this lovely gal, that lovely gal, this hot mama, this lovely chick over there. And YR's with his left hand, masturbating to Joe Cronin, talk about how he needs some money for his electric bill, water bill, everything else, to buy a new TV. And he's YR's falling for it.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, I think I remember Wire asking you about the masturbation, which you scratched my head. I think he asked you about that.
I don't remember if he asked me about that, but I have that clip where he tries to initiate a circle jerk with people on the call. It was disgusting.
Are you
I specifically remember him asking you. I don't even want to say the sentence, but it was about you getting up. He asked you that question before.
I don't doubt it, but I certainly, thankfully, don't remember it. But again, there was that clip where he was on there, Keith was on there, and I can't remember who else was on there, but he started to jack it, and he was trying to get other people to involved in that.
Oh my God!
I've reviewed that. I've reviewed that multiple times.
Yeah, that's kind of just who YR is.
But Dr. Earl
he wants
doesn't
attention.
Dr. Earl doesn't remember it though.
No, yeah. Oh man, I was not aware. I only heard about it a couple of times, and now I'm getting the full details. Oh, let's not forget all the times YR would ask everyone on the call, "Did you take a hard shit or a soft shit?" It's like, I got a poop fetish, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was doing that for a while.
Come on.
And he might have took some inspiration from Vince from that. Vince is just loves that. But by the way, though, has been shown himself to be quite sexually deprived. As you never know. I don't know. I don't get his moral, but he will masturbate on camera. So there you go.
Oh gosh.
He'll dance. He'll dress in tranny clothes, wearing tight shorts and dance.
Tidy whities, a blonde wig, he tried to look like that one guy that didn't make the Backstreet Boys audition.
Yeah. And yeah, I believe Scott was there recording him while he danced like that with sunglasses, which is very disturbing. Wire has done some very disturbing stuff back then. And it's just is this guy even human?
Well, I think, let me say this, he's got all these guitars as well, and he hardly still has a hard time playing them. But yeah, here I have just one guitar, and I play the shit out of it.
Well, Mike, he doesn't know discipline. Let's just put it that way. That is obvious. Very much so, considering his behavior. That's one thing. I keep bringing this up. Self-proclaimed Christian. Self-proclaimed Christian. I think I'm leading somewhere. Everything he's doing is anti-Christ.
Oh. Strong
You
words.
know, yeah. And he's not even the first person to do this. There's so many examples of people claiming Christianity, but they're lukewarm about it. Just put it this way: why are the self-proclaimed Christian is very lukewarm. And, Jesus said himself, "He'll spit them out. You don't accept lukewarmness." Yeah, so you know, yep. I'll just put it out there. And it says a sad state of the world because like there are a lot of people that think they can just get away with stuff like this, and then be like, yeah, like it's fine. I'm not doing anything wrong. But it's just like, but you are. Just because nobody notices it doesn't mean you're not in the wrong.
Exactly. And we all know somebody up there is watching, and we know that his name pretty well. And sadly, he's going to get his in the end, YR will.
Yeah. Unless, repents and realizes the error of his ways and reads John and realizes that has to submit himself to the actual Lord and Savior and not just halfway when it's convenient for him.
But then again, YR is like Prince Ido. He craves that attention. He needs that attention. If he doesn't get any ounce of attention, he'll go fucking bonkers. He cannot function. He cannot sleep at night. He cannot even jerk off. I got to have that attention.
Yeah, and then you know what? That comes to the adultery part again, where like they take their like poison of who to go to. Like it's Joker, and in addiction is very thing about that. Like he craves it, not just the attention, but like belonging. He wants to belong to somebody.
Yes.
He wants to belong to
a lot of these people want a sense of belonging, specifically to be featured on shows. They can't just be happy with being in the chat or watching the show. They need to be there. That desperation for acceptance.
Yes.
Obviously, you never got that acceptance as a child. I mean, I can understand that. But then again, the proper way, if you want acceptance, you earn your acceptance.
No, you owe it
Make
to
a mark
me.
on your own terms.
No, you owe it to me because I donated to you.
But that's a whole thing about YR because like he's been, as far as I can remember, he's been quite desperate for that for some time now. He's been on and off with Joe. Okay, it's either or. Now, as far as belonging to something goes, it is definitely there for a lot of people, not just YR. You see that with a bullfrog, right? You'll see that with Luke Rohan.
Especially with bullfrog.
Oh yeah, bullfrog. Like, and it shows that these people, and like it or not, we're all sheep to something. We all want to follow something. A lot
Negatory,
of people,
I
including
lead.
me,
People follow.
yes. But like again, we're all sheep to something. Okay, be careful with the, saying we all follow something. I chose to follow the All Creator. Okay, they're choosing to follow Joe Cronin. You see the dangerous trend there. I'm not just preaching gospel; it's actually true.
Well,
Truth
actually, that's a good point. Yes, I am a sheep to the shepherd.
Yes, and he's referring to the all created people. I'm not just preaching gospel. This is actually real world truths. Okay, so if somebody's got to say it, why not? Why not Bullseye? But either way, though, point being, YR just wants a belonging.
Certainly not going to be YR preaching the gospel. Certainly not.
Yeah, not that he read it either. If he did at all, but it's not really much of anything, and a lot of people honestly do not read scripture.
What are you talking about, Bullseye? I'm a great Christian. I accept all dicks into my asshole.
Yeah, but that's quite the sin in its detachment from grace, just so you know. And that's what people don't understand either, especially YR.
I'm not closeted. I'm not closeted, Bullseye. I don't know what you're talking about. Ignore my collection of dildos,
Okay, fine. Why don't you talk about... Well, fine. Let's ignore that and talk about why you moan on calls. How about that one? Come on, YR. It's okay. I know. Right now, like, that's just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't bring that up to me. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's just a joke. We got to this all the time.
Like, you know what? At this point, it's okay to admit you're gay. First sign of grace is admitting your sin. Just so you know, like, we have all done it. Like, at least the ones like Dave and I who admit our sins and realize, hey, you know what? We're not perfect people. And you know what? Jesus is the way forward. Maybe you do that and you finally, find a way. But not a lot of people want to do that because they're like, no, I just have to believe, and that's good enough. Yeah, that's how it works, right?
No,
You just
Not
believe.
necessarily.
No, hold on. Can you even think that he does believe? Like he can claim something. Again, there's many people that will claim to be Christian. You can buy a cross at a fucking flea market, but that doesn't make you Christian.
Well, demons believe in God. I don't mean by believe as in obedience. I mean believe it. Well, I do believe he exists. That's not Christian, as people think it is. Faith is Christian. Faith in Jesus is Christian, not just I believe in. There's a difference between belief and obedience. Know the difference. I say Wire believes not because he's obedient. He believes because that's good enough.
I don't even know if he does believe.
Whether he does believe or not, demons even believe in believe in God. So just know that.
Well, I don't necessarily think that he's a demon, but you might be onto something here, Boldy.
Oh yeah. Well, you do say he's a skinwalker, so you never know.
He's a skinwalker. That is true. So perhaps skinwalkers, share this trait of not having a soul, and again, even the devil did quote scripture to Jesus, trying to convince him, of things that weren't true. So again, demons have the ability to quote scripture in an attempt to try to confuse people.
And let's be honest here, a lot of people, including some Christians, let's be honest, a lot of people, atheists, Satanists, no matter who, misquote scripture a lot. So transparent.
Jews do that a lot. Jews do that a lot, especially Mello. But that's enough.
Well, they'll misquote the First Testament and use it but really they follow the Talmud. But they don't want to talk about that, do they?
Indeed.
Speaking of Mello, it's hard to. Sometimes it's really hard to bear with him. Like last time I was on a call with him, it's a chaos.
So I'm not wrong. So it's not just me. It's the fact that he makes it difficult to interact with them. Oh, what? I'm so surprised. So surprised.
But what I'm talking about is like when you two got in an argument about like Christians following the First Testament. I was like, well, no, that's not exactly true because Christianity was based upon like being derogatory term for people that believe Jesus rose from the dead. In fact, saw him rise from the dead, and they were being called Christians as a derogatory term. That's where it stems from. So Christians is based on the rise of Jesus after he died, crucified. I wanted to clarify that. And it was argued about Catholics, Christians to Catholics. Christianity was then it was Catholics, then it was Baptists. That's what I wanted to clarify. And honestly, like, it was hard to get that away because even Mello was still, like, into it. Like, and I get it. Mello's annoying you. But it's like, I thought I was just trying to clarify something that both should understand at that point. But not to say you didn't understand. You were even saying Mello was wrong. I just thought I would give a description of what it meant. And hardly enough, I don't think Mello got it. If he did at all, then he just kind of ignored it. You never know.
As he always does.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got to get back to work, okay? It's good talking to you, cats, okay?
All right, you have yourself a good night, Doctor.
Yeah, all right. Bye-bye.
There you go, the one and only Dr. Earl.
I didn't mean to go about like gospels, by the way. It just turned into that, but
well, that's how it goes. On my shows, we go on all over the place. But yeah, I was going to play a few clips after we finished up with the YR situation of Joe Cronin claiming that now his new totals of debt are different from the past. Odd that they change, and many people have brought this to my attention, is that they believe that Joe is sort of just trying to get people to donate, really, with these pleas of, oh, I'm drowning in debt, blah blah blah, and maybe it's not that way, because a lot of people are also bringing that to my attention. So
Well, it's either it's a grift and he's trying to get money, or it's one big fat joke and he's just running with it because he thinks it's funny. It's either or. That's
So
what
there's no chance. So what you see is that there's no chance whatsoever that he is in this amount of debt, and that really is just him trying to get people to pay extra money. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, basically, but more so. Like I think he's just one big fat joke at this point. I think it started off as a grift, but then he realized, oh no, it's being but I'm gonna continue running it like it's true. So that's what I'm saying. And I think he knows it's bullshit. I think people see his
pay to
bullshit.
play ass nigga. That's what he is.
And honestly, I think Joe Cronin is just that retarded, because like, there's no way he's not in debt. How is he not evicted at that point? Tell me you're like
exactly.
Yeah, that's a great
Bro,
question.
ain't nobody.
How can you owe so much money and not essentially have your services cut off?
Yeah, but you know what?
Ain't
Like,
nobody putting that much up there. That's
That's
personal info.
Okay, knowing it's the state of Massachusetts. Okay, let's just talk about this. Massachusetts is a blue state full of fucking crime, poverty, bullshit, and champions black people. So I would put it this way. So it's surprising that Joe Cronin wasn't evicted from his house and given to some random black degenerate, and then go, oh, but that's a criminal who raped 7 women and killed them, and the government goes, yeah, equality and stuff. So fuck off. I'm never surprised it didn't happen.
Yo, hold on. I gotta interject and say this: is that I confronted Joe when I was still working with him, saying, "Dude, your government just approved. I can't remember how much, 50 million at least, to allow for legal immigrant kids to go to school and be mixed with your kids." And he's like, I'm cool with that. I'm like, how can you be cool with that when your tax money is going to allow these illegals to go to the same school as your kids? And we know they're extra violent and they've got fucking mental problems, and like, you cool with that? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So his liberal mindset when it comes to where money should be spent via taxes, he's economically illiterate. He really is. He doesn't understand. And I'm trying to have these discussions with him in the past. It's just like, how can you be cool with the fact that your taxpayer money is going to these illegals and you're paying more taxes because you're supporting these illegals? He's like, I'm cool with that. It blew my mind, dude.
Well, he is the same guy, Dave. Believe it or not, he is the same guy that responds with. No, he kid you not. He is the same guy that will be like, "Oh, I know it costs taxpayer money, but we could just print more money, so whatever." Let's say that was his statement to tax. Who pays for these federal programs? It's like, oh, you could just print money, so and stuff. And it's like, what? You're just gonna print money? He doesn't really understand economics. That's as transparent as
economically ignorant.
Yeah. So when it comes to like him being like, I'm cool with that, let's just understand something. I talked about this beforehand. He does not read news. He does not do any research.
No,
he just goes off of
other people to do the research for him. I've experienced this when I was doing conspiracy shows with him, Final Frontier News. Like,
why do you think Jake DeMarco did all the talking?
Exactly. That's another thing. Wrestling reviews and stuff. Is like this guy checked out long ago.
Yeah, that's the thing about Joe Cronin. Like, even so, he covers a lot of news, and at the time when I was still listening to him, he was covering quite a freaking bit. But when I talked to his people that listen to him, anytime you bring up Trump, they would say thing they possibly knew about. You brought up Joe Biden. This was 5 years ago. About it, it'd be like, oh, where'd you hear that? It's just like, Joe covers a lot of news, and you don't know anything about a Joe Biden. Like, they didn't even hear anything about his gas. Like, you could just YouTube this shit. You do not know. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that not Joe Cronin or not a single person in there didn't know a goddamn thing. That, or it's willful ignorance. It has to be willful ignorance at that point. You cannot know so much about Trump and not know a dang thing about Joe Biden, who was running at the time. Forgot he ran for president twice. And
True.
it is so it amazed me. Like anytime you brought up
Two-Term
Trump,
Joe.
yeah, anytime you brought up Trump, they for some reason were expert. But you brought up Joe Biden, they didn't know a thing. I was like, where did you hear that? Like, you're just hearing about it now? Really? I didn't understand it, but the best was they were liberal and they only knew about Trump and they only paid attention to Trump, but not actual politics. They just paid attention to one man. And it's a dangerous trend with a lot of things. Nowadays, too, where they're accusing Trump of being a pedophile, which is kind of the final straw at that point. Like, he's not a pedophile. Shut up. Care what you think of him. He's
They've
not a
been accusing
pedophile.
that man for years.
Yeah,
The
if
pedophile
they
stuff.
really wanted to take him
Since
out
the
because they
early
had
90s.
info, they would have fucking done it before he ran for president the first time around. But we're again,
Well,
Ballsy, you're just like mine. You know, thoughts they stray all over the place, covering all different sort of things. I didn't want to go into politics. You know, but I want to wrap up the show. We've been going on for quite some time. I've been having fun.
Yeah, if y'all about to talk about politics, I'm a dick. So I don't know too much about politics.
No, but no, this show wasn't about politics.
Like I can admit.
This show wasn't about politics. I wanted to fucking cover the stuff that was brought to my attention and finish it off with some of these things that I was referring to when Conan has now updated his debt levels and all that. But again, we've been going on for, what is this? Hold on. 3 hours. Over 3 hours. I think that's okay. I mean, I don't have to go for the usual 6 hours. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. And again,
yeah, I think we covered what we needed to cover.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, unlike Joe, I'm not saying, what did he say the other day? I sent this, it's somewhere in my Discord, but it's just like, 64 likes and 0 donations. It's like, fuck off. Like, dude, 0 donations. I've had fucking fun on this show. I've been discussing things that people have asked me to discuss, you know, and that's it. That's how it works. And then when it's done, then the switch gets turned off, and I go and do my other stuff. I got to make dinner. I've got to do some other stuff. It's Friday night. I want to relax. Maybe somebody else will go live. I don't know. If not, I got movies and shit that I can watch. Like, I got a life. I got a life to fucking continue, and I'm doing this for fun, okay? Doing this for fun, not for donation, doing it for fun. Donations are great. Always love it. Huge. But it's just like, I'm here for fucking laughing at stupid shit. I love laughing at stupid shit and stupid people. So that's where it is.
Excuse me. Yeah, and normally I don't even come up and talk about none of these people, bro, but since they love to have my name in their mouth, you already know I'm not the type to hold my tongue. I don't hold my tongue to bitch ass niggas. So it had to be said. Like, I can't just keep letting this shit go, because that's what I've been doing before. Was trying to let the shit go.
That's a mature.
They
Because I do
kept
the
trying to
same
poke
thing.
the bear.
Like, again, that's the mature thing to do. That's what I do. It's just like, okay, keep running your mouth. Like, I'm doing my other thing. Oh, what's that?
Yeah,
I got
not to be
time
no
to
tough
fucking
guy
talk
or
about
nothing,
this?
bro.
Well, maybe I should and fucking embarrass you. So
Yeah, and it's not to be no tough guy or nothing, bro. I'm just being me. Like, I'm just being me for real. Like, I don't play no character. Like, people who know me. So, like, they could say whatever they want. I really don't care. I don't worry about these people. They just worry about me. So if they want to keep on doing that, then let the games begin for like a third, fourth, fifth time.
And I'm going to put the link in the chat there if you ever want to check out Jay Knopf. Jay Knopf. There's his SoundCloud link there in the chat. So be sure to check him out. You can see photos of him shaving shit into his head and smoking weed and shit. You know, he's a bad dude. You called it the black, what was it? The black phase? Is the black phase?
Yeah, his black phase. He's going through
phase.
his black phase.
Yeah.
His wigger phase.
Yeah, so he's moved on from that. Now he moved on from even conservative and then rocker, like metal rocker. Now he's fucking dick sucker Joe Cronin fan. So he's moved on. He's got a lot of different phases.
He was probably saying nigga before that and all that. Now he's like, oh yeah, Joe Cronin, that's my best friend. Yeah, Ken was my best friend, but not anymore.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Does he have like multiple personality disorders or something? Like he's always like hopping between like what to be.
Yeah, his rapper name
Got
is
too. He
his
got a fucking PTSD too.
his rapper name
shit.
is Dim
Schizophrenia.
Shady.
Dim.
Boom.
Dim Shady, like
Boom.
Dim
That's
Sum
interesting.
Shady.
Dim Shady, as in dim in the head. Oh my
Dim
God,
Shady.
I'm fucking a genius.
As in
Hilarious.
dim
Laugh at me. Acknowledge me.
Dim Shady, huh? Oh, that's kind of a joke
That's
on himself,
hilarious.
isn't it?
Come on, guys. It's fucking hilarious.
gay
Dim
for real.
Shady. Come on, man.
Dim
Skinwalker.
Shady.
Skinwalker confirmed. Again, a lot of skinwalkers come from Texas. That's not a fucking lie. Okay, I've done my fucking research. That's why I started. Again, my jokes are based in reality. Okay, yeah, it's funny. Oh, Skinwalker, he's skinny as fuck. Yeah, but you know what? Look at his pale skin. Look at the way he fucking conducts himself. Look at the demonic nature. It's a skinwalker, guys. He's just a day walker as well, because he can walk amongst us and convince us that he's human. Come on, motherfuckers. What I'm saying is true.
And
looked
the
like
Dim Shady,
19.
Joe Conan's my Hades. I'll allow him to play me. You never know.
Dim Shady.
And try to
Dim Shady represent.
Dim Shady. And Joe Cronin is his Hades, and he's allowing Joe Cronin to play me. No, that's the lyrics you'll write next. Go Wire, write those lyrics, because right there. I don't know.
He's
By the
certainly
way,
gonna
though,
he's certainly going to go back to his rapping ways and start rapping about us again. I'm sure of it. Bullseye.
He better not. He better not. He better just keep it quiet.
No, he's
not a
not.
very
No,
good
that's
rapper.
Again, that's an embarrassment. I bet that he did this so many times. He made so many new accounts on Skype because I don't know if he forgot. He claimed that he forgot his password, but again, computers can save that shit. So he's just a retard.
Right.
So like the same thing is just like he's a retard. So like this shit stays up. Again, this SoundCloud website that he made with all these songs, but he can't get logged in again to erase his shit. So we're laughing at it, and he'll never be able to fucking take that shit down, because if he could have, he would have. You see what I'm saying? If he could have, he would have.
Yeah.
So this shit's staying up forever. We're gonna laugh at it. The link's in the fucking chat. It's gonna be there in the replay, because I don't fucking hide my shit. I don't delete my channels, and I certainly don't make fake accounts. There's only one Dave Rose, okay, because nobody does it better, and I don't need to fucking make fake accounts. So it's gonna be there on the replay. Check this shit out. Give it, any reviews that you want. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not, but it's hilarious. And again, shout out Jay Knopf. What up, Texas? Represent.
I'm gonna hop off and just listen in to you guys. So give you a time. So yeah,
appreciate you calling in, Bullseye, and giving us your input. But yeah, we will be wrapping it up. I will be showing or playing a few clips from Joe Cronin, but really the main meal, Texas barbecue, as I wrote in the menu. Again, there is thought
Fruits
that's put
and
into
nuts.
this. Go ahead.
Fruits and nuts.
Fruits and nuts again. We talk fruits and nuts. Well, fucking S.C. Steve, he's a fucking nut. Joe Cronin, he's a fruit, right? Again, it all fits together. It all fits together. But
And he got his star pupil giving him money. Trying to play victim, acting like he owe all this money to the IRS when he probably owe half that much.
Well, again,
Not
some
even a
people
third.
suspect none at all. It's a very interesting theory that other people have postulated, not myself. But when you hear the goalpost change, which is some of the clips that I'll be playing before I end the show, you wonder, hold on, weren't you just saying it was less last week? Like, how did it jump that much? And why is your water and electricity still working if you owe this much? So
Right, you wouldn't be streaming at all if your electric bill was so damn high. That shit would be cut off, all the way off.
Dude,
you would be using a generator.
Yeah, nobody would have tablets. Fucking the TVs would be off. Fucking, you'd be making fucking, I don't know.
Well, yeah, can't play your video games.
Cold
what?
fucking ramen. There's something that smells. Something that certainly smells. And people have pointed it out. And when the intellectual behemoth that I am looks at the numbers and okay, so people are saying this. Let me check it out myself. And I start looking at the numbers and I start looking at the fucking shit that's going on. It's just like something's not adding up. Something certainly is not adding up. And a lot of these people who are putting out theories, they seem to be quite accurate. So, all I'm doing is pointing this shit out. And if people think this is obsession, you're retarded. If people think this is hating, you're retarded. And more importantly, it's just, make up your own mind. I've already shown my bias, right? But the bottom line is, it's like, the evidence is there for you to decide. And this video stays up. Simple as that. Please continue.
Yeah, dissect it, analyze it. You decide on what's going on with this video here. And in the end, if you don't like it, well, then I don't know what to tell you.
But that's the thing, though, is you're not trying to tell anybody anything. People can make up their own mind. And in the end, if they still want to hate, okay, keep hating. But I'm going to keep doing my thing. And more importantly is, I, without any interest in this, provided the receipts. I showed you the evidence. You can make up your own mind. If you're going to still be retarded after that, that's on you.
True shit. True shit. Too much.
All right, man. I certainly appreciate your appearance here on the show. Quite the rarity, but well.
Yes, likewise.
Well deserved and honored. Good sir.
Yes, appreciate it. Appreciate it. You have a good Friday.
You too.
Rest of your Black Negative Friday. Everybody in the chat, all those that have been here, listening, tuned out. Appreciate y'all's time to hear us out. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.
All right.
All right, Dave. I'll probably see you tomorrow. You gonna be around tomorrow?
Yeah.
Super
certainly.
secret. Yes. All right. Peace.
All right. There goes the one and only Ryan the Heel, King Meow Meow, who provided the context to the clip that was played, which was important, so that further information could be provided. But again, this video stays up for people to decide on their own. But it's there. Let's wrap up with my sob story. It was a long day. We suffered we got pounded. We got pounded today with fucking snow. Like I said earlier, fucking woke up 2 feet of snow, 20 meters driveway. Just the shit that was going on. Where do I start? Like, my dashboard lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. Fucking starts to tell me that that I got a low, like one of my tires is fucking low in air pressure. Then fucking ABS goes off, right? It's truck turned off the ABS. Then the fucking then the gas light goes on. And I was like, oh, geez. But when that went on, I was like, I know I got enough fuel to get to work, right? And the roads, you couldn't see more than 15 to 20 meters at most. No, probably, let's say 10. 10 meters in front of you at most at some points. Holy shit, we got pummeled with fucking a storm. And just, it was insane. It was insane. And the idiots fucking didn't plow like 2-lane streets. They'd plow 1 lane and the other lane was just full of snow. See a bunch of cars fucking stuck in them because they thought they could just drive through it. Oh, wow. What a fucking day. But I'm very thankful it's Friday. I had a fun time here tonight. Talked a lot of good stuff. Informed the people. And that's right, Joe. But that's right, Joe. 0 donations tonight, but a fucking 10 out of 10 show. Simple. And again, donations don't make the show. Okay? Okay. But what makes the show is both the content and the character of the host. And I'm the host with the most, as Beetlejuice would say. But yeah, I had fun. Did a great job. Undeniable. Huge replay value. And again, I know the value of my own stuff, so I will go back and listen to it. And again, I appreciate everyone that did choose to be here tonight. And on that note, I will wish everyone a very happy Negro Friday, Black Friday, you know. Many of you have a long weekend. May your long weekend be merry, happy. We are now in the Christmas season, so Merry Christmas to one and all. And who knows, maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I don't know. Got stuff to do. Ken should be live tomorrow with Insomniac. I'd like to see if I can jump on there as well. Have some fun for a little while. And apparently UFC, I believe, is tomorrow. UFC, can't remember the number. It's a pay-per-view. And there's a lot of sports going on this weekend. So, yeah. Whatever it is that you choose to do this weekend, I hope that you have a very enjoyable one. On that note, I am Devious Dave Rose. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Like I said earlier, I certainly had a blast. And on that note, we shall see you next time.